feel it was good.
Okay.
There's a whole run of movies back, Pete's Dragon, Secret of Nim.
Oh,
Ugh.
I can't stand that movie.
Why? Oh,
I had to it's like super dark, and we had to watch it in school.
it is really dark.
And like the mouse with the blood in the water, it's like it's too much.
Yeah.
Isn't the secret, or what is the secret?
It's not the secret. It's just Nim now.
Oh,
Mrs. Frisbee or Brisbee.
didn't see it.
Like I still have that scene etched into my brain forever.
Where it gets stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rough movie for kids, but I mean, it ended great. Jeremy the Crow. You never saw it.
Nope.
Interesting. That was a Don Bluth production.
What?
Don Bluth was
Donnie B, you don't know him?
Don Bluth was the he also did, I think, Land Before Time. There's a fun rabbit hole to go down where Don Bluth almost put Disney animation completely out of business. And they were in a lot of trouble. Don Bluth was kicking their ass. And Disney was so hard up for cash from their animation side that they actually cut a deal to it's I think the only time you'll see Disney characters in Disney not supported Disney where you approve something. Oh, Disney approved, whatever. Crossover. Where you'll see like Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny and all that. There's one I would say very popular, but very well-known movie where
I would say it's popular.
Yeah, I would say so. Where you had Bugs Bunny, you had Mickey Mouse, you had like all these cartoons coming together in this movie.
Space Jam?
Close. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And that was when Disney was pretty much done. And then The Lion King basically completely resurrected.
Little Mermaid.
Was it Little Mermaid first? Was Little Mermaid before Lion King?
Yep.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah. Little Mermaid.
I think it's 89. I think it's like 5.
And then they went, then they went Lion King. And then what, Aladdin after that, maybe?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Too much for Don Bluth to take.
Yeah, well, Don was
Bluth up in his face.
Yeah. They had a bunch of guys, the Bluth Band group.
Yeah. That's really good. Nope, don't do it.
Sure.
As I think he was.
I don't want to.
He was a Disney anime. I mean, no, he was a Disney guy and then took off to do his own thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's your animation history. Good morning.
Good morning.
We got a new dog.
I saw this.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm out of cash.
As you can tell by my left arm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean it bit your arm.
Yeah, it's bleeding.
Yeah.
My left arm is full of hair.
Yeah.
Not like, my left sleeve.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have hair on my arm, but that's my hair.
We have a shedder?
Well, apparently this dog is like shedding its puppy hair, they said, but then it'll grow into not shedding as much.
It's a young one, huh?
12 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
2 wasn't enough?
Well, the thing with Nacho is this, man. Nacho is really old at this point, and she's my dog. Like, I'm her human. Gus is Melissa's. And Nacho's just now at the point where she goes up into our closet and she burrows like in the corner underneath some clothes and just chills. And then she'll come on the bed with me when I go to sleep. And then she'll come down and like eat and go to the bathroom and stuff. But she's pretty much like just a burrow dog now, which is fine. Whatever she wants to do.
Brooklyn, Queens.
Yeah, yes. What was Staten Island, actually.
Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Joe. Joe's in some trouble right now, by the way. Joe Burrow with some people. So Gus, Melissa's been talking about Gus needing a friend, right? And I've been very consistently saying, yeah, well, right. Well, because the thing is that Gus is almost pretty much given up, like with Nacho. Because Nacho,
they were friends back in grade school. Now
right,
moved on.
And then before we had Gus, Nacho,
why don't you like me anymore, Nacho?
That's exactly right, and that's his accent. And before we had Gus, we had Maggie, the Beagle, and Nacho was the Gus to Maggie. Nacho was always bugging Maggie to play, and she was like, "Go away from me, kid. I'm tired." And then when we got Gus, It's like Nacho turned into Maggie,
Got
who
it.
doesn't want to play with Gus.
Circle of life.
It is
And
a
now
circle
Gus
of
is
life.
Maggie.
Well, that's the thing, because Gus is now he just turned 4. So he's like, he's able to drink, go out with his friends, and
Driving.
stuff, but he's still young. And so yeah, it just, with everything that happened Friday, and I fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
I thought you were cleaning out the office.
I was cleaning out the office, and then all this stuff came together in this weird way. Like, I had been thinking about it during, like, oh God, I mean, if we're gonna get a puppy, now would be the time, because she can, full time deal with it, and it gives her something to freaking do. That sounds bad. But was like, it was just in the back of my head. Anyways, then I follow on Instagram where the puppy place where we got Gus from. They've actually become friends, and they're good. Like, they do it the right way. They're not. It's not a puppy mill or anything. We know them, and
They give the dogs out the right way.
They breed the dogs the right way. So, anyways, and I
Give them some privacy.
Exactly. Maybe the music, nice movie, and it shows up on my Netflix feed. Really, like, while I was waiting after getting one of those, exactly. And I'm waiting in the parking lot for my kids to get out of school after I've got my wife's stuff from her work, and I'm just scrolling through and I see this, and God, this dog is really cute, and it's okay. All right, I'm just gonna call, talk, what's up. Anyways, one thing led to another.
Did the dog answer?
The dog, as a matter of fact, did answer. Not only.
Hello, dog for sale.
That's right.
Don't you want me?
So I then concocted this whole thing where I was like, okay, I know what I'm going to do here. So, partial truth to my wife, I call her. I'm like, hey, the car is filled with your stuff. I have no room for kids. Like, there's boxes and like paintings and stuff from her office wall. Can you come get the kids and I'll bring the stuff home? Yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, of course. So while that's happening, I drive down to Elk Grove where Dogland is. And the whole thing is that I'm going to empty out one of Melissa's work boxes and then be like, hey, did you know there were perishables, right? And then present it to her, and then she'll be like, oh, what are you talking about? Oh my God, it's a doggy. This is so great. I'm crying. You're the best husband ever. Yay, life is great. So anyways, it takes a while. She actually texted me at one point, like, where are you? I'm already home. I'm like, oh, I had to go to work to cut a spot that was due today. Like, that's kind of my go-to excuse.
I wish you weren't a liar.
You always come here in the afternoon. That's
Always.
pretty regular.
I do a lot.
Yeah.
So anyways, I get her. So I get back home. I present dog in the exact way I said I would. And here's the funny thing about it, and I'll play the audio here. I'm 98% sure there's no swearing, Chris. My wife throughout history, right, is horrible with surprises. She just doesn't know how to handle them.
So you continue to do it.
100%, because then what's fun for me is I record it or I remember it, and then I can be like, hey, remember that time? Like, legitimately 4 years into our marriage, I planned an entire weekend in Monterey for like Valentine's Day and all that. And she did this whole thing where we were not supposed to get each other cards, and we didn't do cards. And then as the day went on, she got mad at me because like I didn't even say Happy Valentine's Day. And I was like, hey, look, listen, nobody, I just come with me on a drive after I get off work, and let's talk about this. Like, the whole thing was, I had a bag packed for her. We were gonna get in the car and we were just gonna go. This is pre-kids. She wouldn't get in the car, and we got in this giant fight because I was like, just trust me, get in the car. It'll all make sense. No, I'm not.
Eat the food.
Right. Exactly, dude.
Screen.
She's terrible. So she's notorious for ruining surprises. Anyways, this is me with the box in hand. It sounds weird. And my wife's reaction.
What the freak is that?
Freak. She said freak.
What is that? What is that?
It's a rabbit. There's my
What
daughter.
are you talking about right now? Why Why did you do that? Wait, where did you even get that? Come here.
What is it? Why did you do it? Let me have the dog.
I told you they're perishable.
What? Why? Why did you do that?
I found her on the side of the road.
Oh my god, you're so cute.
Immediately,
She was talking about the dog.
Yes.
Dave.
Also,
Avery that came in getting pictures.
so Avery, paparazzi, as I call her now, just rolls in. Now, Avery knows how to deal with surprises. She's like, oh my God, it's so cute. It's amazing. Oh my God. By the way, you might have heard through that audio too that there's a big controversy with the Princess of Wales and those pictures going on. That was on TV in the background. You missed that. So that's kind of how my wife tends to like it. The audio probably actually sounds worse when you can't see her, but she doesn't do surprises well. So that is her. She was legitimately in shock.
But we saw the video of seeing the video. I have a feeling she never let go of that dog.
She did not. And then about 30 seconds later, the tears start. Oh my God, it's the cutest. And then they get, meets Gus and they're sniffing each other. And by the way, Gus, very inappropriate sniffer.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
too aggressive,
way too much. Because Gracie, her name's Gracie. Right. Gracie Gertrude Puppy Dog the Fourth is actually her full name.
Boy and girl.
Yeah, boy and a girl. Well, he's fixed and she will be. I mean, we're not, we're not doing that. That's a whole Donahue with those dogs to do that. So no, she's getting whatever happens. Chopped, fixed, whatever. Flipped, bat flapped.
Yeah.
So it was Dogland on the bed last night because of course that's where they all slept.
You were on the couch.
I should have been. So far, so good as far as like calm dog, but also overstimulated dog. So we'll see. Couple of accidents, but I had to pee. But other than that, we'll see. And my daughter said last night the biggest compliment a 16-year-old girl can give, I think, to dog. Gracie's a very photogenic doggy. So she wants to start an Instagram page for the dog.
Is that why I got that call from Nacho last night?
Nacho,
He's not happy.
Nacho is not a fan at all. Nacho just basically got up on her perch and just looked down at the chaos going on between the Frenchies.
Ugh, another one.
That's exactly right. I feel like Nacho speaks with an accent too, but I don't feel appropriate doing Nacho's accent. So we'll keep you updated and give it a few days, and we'll bring just like with Gus, we'll bring Gracie in to visit and sniff you
with a potato salad.
It was, damn it, and all the hullabaloo. I forgot the dang potato salad. And I even have it in a little glass tin too. Son of a. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kings Bucks tonight.
Woo!
We've got all kinds of football going on. Hey, listen, we've got more tickets for you to go see the Kings against the.
We only have one pair of tickets.
Did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
These are for
the Texty Beasts. Okay, so we'll do that. Imran Pilati is going to join us at 9:30. We're going to talk cards. I want to talk about this Russell Wilson card. Have you seen, like? Oh
no,
my!
I don't know this one.
Russell Wilson and Mac Jones is like there's examples of cards that like went for like $150,000 3 years ago and now worth like $1.54. Yeah,
you've been on the right side of that one,
right? For realsies. So,
oh man, I'm out of cash.
That's what I think Nacho sounds like in my head. When we come back, leading off next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by California Army National Guard, Naturewood Home Furnishings, and RVs of Sacramento.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Here's the first one on the way from De'Aaron. He rims it out. It is no good. Malik Monk missing 2 free throws. Fox missing 1 here in overtime. Kings leading by a precarious 1. 5.2 seconds to go. No timeouts available for the Bucks. Here's Fox's second one. He's got it. It's a 2-point lead, 142-140.
And that's how that would end. The Kings win in Milwaukee.
That was fun. I love that game.
It really was a great road win. Just nailing those free throws, clutching it up, and breaking that 14-game losing streak.
Made the most important one.
Really made the most important one. And for a second there, Milwaukee had some time left. I was, as you just look at the clock.
Yeah.
And you know what time it is.
What time was it?
You know what? It was time to go back home on the plane.
Yeah.
From the place.
Warm up the Jets.
If only that were true.
And now, will the Bucks go for the 3 in the win? Will they go for 2? Inbounds to Brooks. Gives to Damian Lillard. Breaks by Fox. He launches a straightaway deep 3. He scores it at the buzzer, and the winning streak for Milwaukee continues. It's game time.
Yep. So anyways, they play tonight. Milwaukee, Sacramento. Sacramento has lost 3 of 5 at home. To the Bulls, to the Rockets, and to the Pistons. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where we're at. I was looking
at the Spurs.
I mean, honestly,
another team.
We were like a butt hair away from losing 4 or 5 at home to the Pistons, Rockets, Spurs, and Bulls. Voof.
Yeah.
To the worst team in the East and the worst team in the West. Yeah, Vucevic.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? That means Kings are probably winning tonight. I'm going. That's how confident.
That's right.
That's how confident I am. I'm going.
Are you gonna light the beam?
I might.
Okay.
If they win.
Yeah.
If they don't win,
they don't seem to light it when they don't win.
Which is weird. Like that. You know what? The beam's a bandwagoner.
Bandwagon.
Really is a bandwagon beam. 7:00 tonight. First pitch. Right here on Sactown Sports.
Be there in time for the kickoff.
And we'll talk about that quite a bit today. Not the kickoff part, but the basketball part, the matchup part. Sure seems like a recipe for. I don't want to overplay this hand and they end up losing. Because look, I'm sure the Bucks are favored. They've won 15 in a row. The Bucks are very good. They're starting to. What I say, I know at least. I think it was 4 days ago. I saw a stat that since the All-Star break, the Bucks are number 1 in offensive and defensive rating in the NBA. Yeah,
great.
So, maybe a little bit of what settled in with James Harden and the LA Clippers is settling in with Doc Rivers and
could be
and the Bucks. But they've had some stumbles recently. We shall see. Will be a fun matchup. In the meantime, the NFL is in crazy season. Here's just a quick example. Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
You really do. You feel for a guy like Aaron Jones, but I can see, what Brian Gutekunst is thinking about. Like when you think about a year ago, how Josh Jacobs looked running the football. This dude was punishing people. He was making you want to question whether or not you wanted to tackle this guy. Behind that offensive line, that system, that play action passing game, it's just, man, you just hate to see one good player get released, but you love the opportunity for him to go there. Maybe it takes their offense to another level, especially from a physical, explosive standpoint with his body type.
Well, kind of a lot of switching of the jerseys going on right now.
Big time movement on day 1 of free agency.
A lot of movement. It's like the whole NFL took some softener, and here we go. There's just movement everywhere. Josh Jacobs is a Packer. Aaron Jones expected to be released today, if that hasn't already happened, and that's at the end of one saga. We'll also talk about Saquon Barkley signing with the Eagles, which, by the way, you just have like 17 All-Pro running backs.
I know.
My God. Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, and there's a little drama attached to that as well. But Josh Jacobs, longtime Raider, rushing leader for the Raiders, definitely was a precarious year for him last year. And not the only move the Raiders made yesterday, but Josh Jacobs is no longer a Las Vegas Raider. He is now a Packer. And you know what? I feel like he's going to fit in just fine there.
Yeah, Green Bay's got a good line. We saw that in the playoff game against the 49ers, and he's a good runner. So, I mean, I think this is a good move. I like Jones, though, too.
I did, too. I feel like Josh Jacobs is like a slight. He's very Aaron Jonesy, but like an upgrade, like a slight upgrade.
Maybe.
Yeah. Nothing crazy, but like they're very similar. Also, speaking of David Bakhtiari, longtime Packer, released yesterday, put out a nice statement there. So a lot of different moves. I can see Josh, even though it's hard to see Josh Jacobs in anything but silver and black. Like that does seem like something he'll fit into. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
In the gun, 2-by-2. McCaffrey goes out. Darnold throws middle. Caught. Touchdown. Ronnie Bell is second in the NFL. Nicely done by Sam Darnold.
Well, Sam Darnold wanted to rehabilitate his career a little bit. Kyle Shanahan is the doctor, and now, at least for now, Sam Darnold is the Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback, as Kirk Cousins, and we'll get to that later, has moved on. And by the way, gotten paid quite a bit of money to do so.
Yes, he did.
I don't really have a tremendous reason for it. I've tried to pinpoint it before, and I cannot. I'm really rooting for Sam Darnold. I don't have any reason to root against him, but I really feel not like crazy passionate, but like I want him to do well. And maybe that's just because I like seeing comebacks. I like seeing, it's like if Zach Wilson ever moves on from the Jets, I'll root for him too. But Darnold has all the talent in the world. There's just something with his progression, something with his reads that just kind of off. Be very interesting to see, again, provided that he's the plan in Minnesota, and there's no guarantee there. They may have another idea or option. But it'd be very interesting to see him paired up in that offense and with Justin Jefferson, amongst others.
Yeah, it seems like at the moment, obviously losing Cousins and adding him, that he is the option, but we'll see. But, sometimes you need an opportunity. He's had others, didn't really get the opportunity in San Francisco, but I think you're right. He kind of restored his name a little bit.
I think so. I think so a little bit. Not enough to get a little bit of a paycheck, and he's got a chance now.
Yeah.
Have a good year in Minnesota. You're going to get paid.
Absolutely.
We'll absolutely get paid. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kings, Bucks tonight. This time it's for real. Seems like there's a recipe for a win there. We'll see if they can put it in the oven and cook it right. We'll talk about all that, and we've got some sound for you next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We're off to a soggy start for this Tuesday. Expect to have some steady, light rain for the morning commute. Into the afternoon, we'll have a few spotty showers here and there, and temperatures top out in the mid-60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia during their spring event and save big on your favorite models. You can even buy with zero down on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hey guys, do you know your T level? Revive Men's Health here in Sacramento is helping you take that first step toward better health and enhanced intimacy with a free testosterone level test, exam, and consultation. Plus, for this month only, qualified patients can kickstart their treatment with a free supply of ED medication. Call Revive Men's Health Sacramento at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet Arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet Arch support can be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints of the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
Imagine it's the final game of the season, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are making a comeback. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Ball forward, take your base.
The only thing worse than a pitcher running out of gas on the mound is your old phone running out of storage for your photos in the stands.
Goodbye, home run!
Switch to Verizon and get a great deal on a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage for all the ballpark pics you want. Just trade in your iPhone, any model, in any condition, so you'll feel like you're winning, even when your team's not. Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on iPhone 15 Pro with unlimited Ultimate and get iPad and Apple Watch SE with eligible service plan. Only on Verizon.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Especially when we was up a little bit against an under 500 team. Even though they're in the NBA, we definitely supposed to beat them teams. And that's been our struggle all year. I think our struggle all year being at home, too, as well. We're not performing how we're supposed to in front of the home crowd. And we know that. And, yeah, that was pissing me off yesterday. Yeah.
You're not the only one.
You're not the only one, Malik. And Malik's been, I love with Malik. It's like you what you see is what you get.
Yeah,
like
sure.
There's no filter on him in the best of ways. And he just seems like a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like just a dude that loves the outdoors, loves to golf, tries to golf every day, loves the sport, brings it every night, and wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's a fiery guy. He's certainly a guy. I hope they keep him.
I do too.
I really, really hope they keep him. And I know that there's money constraints, but you get the feeling Sacramento's going to do everything. Like, I don't even know if I don't even think it's going to be a negotiation from what I understand from the monies. It's like, look, here's the two things we can do for you. We can give you a 1-year deal at this maximum amount of money we're allowed to give you, or we could give you a long-term 2-year, 3-year, 4-year, 5-year deal at this maximum amount. Now,
I wouldn't think he would get that one.
I wouldn't think he'd take it.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because he if they sign him to a 1-year deal, then they get his full bird rights and they can give him a fat contract. But you could get knock on wood hurt, something could happen, you have a terrible year, whatever. But I really don't think I think from Monty's end, there's no negotiating. It's like, well,
this is the most we can do.
We will give you the most we possibly can this year, and we will give you choices. We really want you to stay. Please pick them. And it's one of those, like, maybe I could be wrong, but what would scare me is that if his contract wasn't wrapped up relatively quickly.
Yeah, because someone else is going to come in with a big offer. I believe
there's
multiple teams.
I have no doubt. Like, I have absolutely 100% no doubt that he could get more money elsewhere. Not that he could. I mean, that he will have the opportunity to get somebody else in the league, at least one team, if not more, will offer him more money than the Kings can give him. And you just kind of hope that, playing in front of these fans, playing with De'Aaron, coming into the system from LA where it wasn't that great for him and kind of rejuvenating his career. Hopefully you'd love to see if he bets on himself, if he bets on the team and the system, and then it all works out great,
Right.
But he has been very vocal, and I've probably liked his answers the most. I would. I don't want to sound. I'm not trying to pick on De'Aaron. De'Aaron and Malik are different in how they say things. And De'Aaron, I feel like, and again, push back if I'm wrong here, but just when I see him comment after games or when I see him comment about that type of stuff, De'Aaron's just not as emotional. He's very analytical. Nothing De'Aaron's saying is wrong. It's 100% correct. Well, you know what? Other teams get paid. Again, I'm paraphrasing here, but they get hot. They go on runs. We wait till too late. De'Aaron breaks down what happened and what they need to do and what they need to not do. And Malik's more of that's what I identify with more as a fan, is it sucks. I hate it. We need to do better. This is dumb. I don't like it. And it's pissing me off. That's what I love to hear. It's just different personalities.
Absolutely. Got to be who you are, though.
But you got to be who you are. Yeah. And I don't need De'Aaron, for example, pushing emotion when look, it's not like he ain't emotional. It's just a different way in how they break down games. It's 100% okay for both. And then you have Sabonis, and he's a different animal too, and how he does all that. But then they play Milwaukee tonight. It's like, okay, this is another one of those litmus tests. And I'll say it again. I would rather them beat Milwaukee and the Lakers coming in and the Knicks. And if that means you got to lose to Memphis, then so be it. It doesn't. You shouldn't have to be that way, but I'd much rather. Let's put it this way: if they're going to win 3 of their next 4 games, I'd rather it be against the 3 good teams and them lose against maybe that's how I'm going to wrap my head around this.
Yeah, the most important one's the Laker game to me.
100%,
of the 4,
100%.
Just based on where they are in standings. You already have the tiebreaker, but just that's the most important one.
It is the most important one. They're now a game behind Phoenix now. We'll go through the standings here in a little bit, but it was not great results last night for the most part for Sacramento. And then you look at Milwaukee tonight. Look, 15-game winning streak against the Kings. That I don't have that in front of me. You probably know this, Jason. I'm imagining That is easily the longest winning
by
streak
far.
any team has against the Sacramento Kings. I'd be surprised if there was another one in double digits. I'm trying to think like, no. When was the last time they beat Philly? Was it recently? They beat them last year. The year I feel like we never beat
It might
Philly.
be up there too.
Yeah. But
it's not 15.
Boston, I want to say
a couple years.
Wasn't it the ball that was on the rim?
When I was the voice of the Celtics.
Yes. That was what, 3 years ago?
Something like that.
That was Marcus Smart.
It was
off the rim. I always loved that result, A, because it was a win for the Kings, and B, because that game, I think you and I together have used that as an example about 50 times of how entire shows and narratives and days can change literally over a 1 inch of a roll of a basketball. If that thing rolls in, everything sucks. That thing rolled out. God loves Sacramento. Yes. Let's celebrate Farm to Four.
City of Trees.
The matchups tonight, I don't know, Jason. Have you gotten to a point with this team, because we talk about matchups a lot, like, do matchups matter with the Sacramento Kings? Are there matchups that you see where you go, these types of teams don't do well? Is there anything that sticks out?
I don't think it's foolproof, but I think you look at a couple of things. Seemingly a couple of trends are the teams that are more defensive oriented.
Yep.
That's not foolproof though, because Minnesota's the best defense in the league, and the Kings have beaten them a couple times. I think there's a couple of teams that if they have multiple bigs that have bothered the Kings.
Yeah.
Minnesota's another team that has multiple bigs, and that hasn't necessarily followed the recipe. I think though it's the teams that could be physical with Sabonis combined with someone that can do at least try to limit De'Aaron Fox.
Well, okay. Because what we've got here with Milwaukee is you've got Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo down low.
Okay.
Those are both physical big dudes. Lopez is a true floor stretcher. Both Giannis and Brook Lopez are, at least lately, I should say, can you say lately, perennial, but always in the conversation for defensive, all defense first or second team. Then you've got Dame Lillard, and I love their bench. I really do. Like, Bobby Portis is a type of guy I would love to be on the Sacramento Kings. Whenever we have these conversations about what realistic player, do you think could help the Kings bench, Bobby Portis is like one of the first that always comes to mind. He's just a dude. He's scrappy. He's fiery. He's intimidating. He doesn't take any crap. And I love the addition of Patrick Beverley to that team. Say what you want. I think Giannis said something like the other night. He goes, he's the type of dude which we've talked about before, like with Vlade, for example. Like, he's the type of dude you hate playing against, but when he's on your team, you love playing with him. And when you look at guys like Jay Crowder, who starts, Lopez, who starts, love Malik Beasley on that team. Dame Lillard's a dog. Portis, Beverly. Like, these are all guys that they're just dogs. They're studs.
Yeah, and they've been together. For the most part, most of that group's been together a long time.
Yes, they have.
But they went for more offense with Dame over Holiday. But they did lose some defense, though. To your point you said earlier, they are playing better now defensively under Doc after it took a while.
If I were to tell you, and this is one of those suitcase of cash, because this is the bad feeling I have, and this will come up in 3 in the Key later. I'm giving away my random stat 3 in the Key. He averages off the bench 5.6 points per game. Jason Ross over under 14.5 points for Pat Connaughton.
I'm gonna say under.
Are you? I'm going over.
Okay.
Pat Connaughton is going to kill him tonight. Whether that translates, Pat Connaughton is just in that.
That's the guy tonight. That's the King Killer.
That is the for some reason, European centers and I don't even know how to categorize them. The Pat Connaughton, Grayson Allen. Who was the guy? TJ McConnell. Just seemed to slice and dice the Sacramento Kings. For some reason Austin Reeves doesn't usually.
No.
Hasn't been. By the way, you want to know how you and I are getting old? Some NBA person yesterday posted a clip of Austin Reeves. And the caption was, is Austin Reeves the coldest white boy to ever play in the NBA? And it's like, is he even on the Mount Rushmore? And then, by the way, Jason Williams on line one. Also the logo.
Yeah, and Bird and Maravich.
Right. Like, come on, dude. Right. I don't have any issues with Austin Reeves. Like, that's fine. If Austin Reeves ended up on the Kings someday, I'd be all for that. But is that just a Lakers thing?
Probably. Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And the move they showed, it was nice. But
it was nice. It was nice. Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah. It was cute.
It was cute. All right, let's go around the NBA coming up next. Not the best results for Sacramento, but you know what? Take care of business and you'll be fine. Let's get to the NBA world next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Ever since we got Xfinity, we have Wi-Fi all over the house, even in my hiding spots.
Ha! Found you.
How?
That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Now through March 21st, get started with 200 megabit internet for $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract and get Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless bill and auto-pay stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and Wi-Fi equipment. Actual speeds vary.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Local sports
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
I'll say it again, no lie. As somebody who is passionately, like, Anyone who knows me knows how passionately against group text threads I am. The show one is the only one I actually, I think it's the only one I don't have. Well, that one and my family one, like the kids and my wife, which I can't mute, although I'd love to sometimes. I think it's the only one I don't have muted. I actually look forward to it because I think everybody for the most part understands the difference between, this is a mildly amusing video or GIF or whatever, and okay, this is really good and I have to share it.
Right.
There's a line there that a lot of people don't follow where you just get spammed all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like that call. Not a very good
call at all.
But when you use discipline
and focus, like the one Chris just showed us during the break, which we can't talk about. By the way, we can't talk about 90% of the gifts that or the one you showed.
No. But I think there are some people out there that will understand the reference. There was a video going around of a kiss cam gone wrong at a ball game yesterday.
Probably going to stop kiss cam for a bit over there.
Was it wrong?
Or I was going to say, or a kiss cam gone right. My goodness gracious. But, people are silly, Jason.
Yeah, they are.
They'll do anything on camera. Which I've never understood that thing either. Like you watch the post game show on NBC Sports and like to this day, man, it is hilarious. When people see themselves on camera, they lose their mind.
Yeah.
And you think like with camera phones and this and that, whatever, that would change. No. Put them in the background. They see themselves on the monitor. It's like, woohoo, yay. Right. You just wait.
Yes.
It's like,
at who?
Who are you?
Yeah.
My favorite, it's the wave, then to look at the monitor to see the wave.
Yes.
Exactly.
This is how bad it was the other day. I don't know whether there's the time change, the fact that the game ended, it was still daylight, the disappointing loss.
Yeah.
At one point, we're on the radio post game, and we can always, sometimes you just hear, like, maybe they're coming back from break, just noise, and the Kings lost, so you aren't going to have as many people. At one point, we looked over and went, whoa, there literally wasn't a person.
You're kidding me.
Like, this was probably the
out.
latter part of the post game. You're like, oh, we've killed the Kings fans.
That's it. They're done.
Yeah.
They're all at
one person over there.
They're all at sauce.
And the one person was, hey,
the whole time. And they
got tired of themselves.
That right. They just moved. They're like, yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah.
They're calling it, or like they're waving with the phone.
Yeah.
With the phone, talking to Aunt Jackie. Like,
Yes.
well, no, I'm going to wave.
Yeah.
You're not waving. I don't see you.
NBC Sports. It's on the cable.
It's a golf tournament. What is this? It's a Today Show.
Yeah.
That was my moment.
Or they're taping the monitor
Yes.
of them waving at the monitor.
That happens a lot at the game. Now we're on the big screen, like, I'm seeing, Oh, and then they're trying to get the phone. And by the time they get the phone, like,
It's over.
too
It's
late.
done.
Yeah.
The one bit I do like though is when wasn't there a kid a couple years ago and he would just stare into the camera. He'd just like stare with that weird look. Oh no, I think I'm thinking of that Little League kid that was the ginger kid that was having the doing the eyebrows and having the contest, the staring contest. Let's start in the NBA with some good news here. Alperen Şengün, I think the guy threw the towel at him. Did you see that?
Yeah, at least it was his own guy.
Yeah, at least it was his own guy. Alperen Şengün has an ankle sprain and a bruised knee. He escaped serious injury to his lower right leg, suffering a severely sprained ankle. And again, a bruised knee. The post-game x-rays and an MRI revealed his injuries will not require surgery. Listen,
Look
and listen. A severely sprained ankle and a bruised knee, that sucks. He's going to be out for a while. That's terrible.
This was good news.
This was incredibly good news. Oh my God. He must have plastic for ligaments. I've seen the replay exactly twice and I will never watch it again. And the only reason I watched it a second time was just to make sure I saw what I saw. And then my heart sunk like any basketball fan. You don't want to see any injuries, but God, this young kid having this great year, I would have bet money that which is why I'm not a betting man, 1-800 gambler, that he would have been out for the year. That's good news.
Yes,
even though it's a in and of itself a bad injury. So good for him. Good for the Rockets as well. Luka His 30-point triple-double streak ends versus the Bulls. What's going on with the Bulls, dude?
They were beating everybody out here. Then they just got shellacked.
Yeah, the Mavericks just absolutely 127 to 92. Did you look? This is a story that's worth reporting, but can I just say, because I know we screw around a lot on the show, I want to talk about this story, and it's like not funny. It's funny, okay.
Which is it?
It's not funny, ha ha. It's funny, like, oh my God, how does that even happen? But you've seen the thing with the Kobe Bryant statue?
Yes.
Dude. So there are several errors in the etched marble base of the statue, including players Jose Calderon and Von Wafer's names misspelled in the replica box score from his 81-point game. There was another error in there too. I can't remember, but like
coach's decision, I think.
Yes, it was like coach's decision or something. And it's like, how does that happen? I just want to know how does that happen? Look, everybody makes mistakes. I totally get it. Everybody makes mistakes. We all make mistakes. This is something I would do. I'm an idiot. I get it. But when you're etching things in marble, how do you not have the name right in front of you?
Marble spell check.
And like, I always get nervous whenever you watch the Golf US Open. I think there's a couple of the Stanley Cup when they show like the guy etching everything live as like dudes on the 17th tee or whatever. If he's got a decent lead, and I'm always like, what happens if this dude blows up for a 12 on 18 and loses? Like, you don't have whiteout. And then secondly, like, that's a lot of pressure. How do you have multiple misspellings on not only the statue of a legend, but the statue of a legend who recently tragically passed away, and everything that happens with him is incredibly emotional, and you don't have anybody there second guessing, double checking?
Right.
Woof, Jason. When it comes to results last night, the Kings were not helped much at all.
No help. None.
Let's start out with the Pistons doing something the Kings can't do. They beat the Hornets.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, 114-97. There's a win for Bagley's on the Wizards. Never mind.
Yeah.
The Suns beat the Cavs in Cleveland 117-111 despite Darius Garland's 30 points.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant 37, 8, and 6. He's pretty good.
That's the one I wanted the most for the night, because then had that happened, Kings would jump back into sixth, but now it's a full game separation.
Well, as a matter of fact, the three right there with the Kings are behind them, all won on the road. The Mavericks beat the Bulls 127-92, as we just spoke about. The Warriors went to San Antonio, won 112-102, and oh, golly geez, did you see the dunk?
Oh, yeah, by Trace
Jackson Davis.
Yeah, and what's weird is, so the Warriors were at home, played the Spurs without Wembanyama and Vassell. Like, when I saw that the Spurs were beating the Warriors, I thought, wow, Vassell must be giving them numbers like Vassell did here. And I went, wait, he's out too? So I thought that was a terrible loss the other night for the Warriors. I know they didn't have Curry, but my goodness. And then now Wembanyama's back, and then they beat him in San Antonio.
Maybe Wembanyama's the problem.
I agree.
Finally, the Nuggets by 6 at home over the Raptors. Pretty surprising showing for the Raptors. And the fact that the Nuggets won by 6, and they had
a huge second half.
Yeah, they had to outscore in the second half the Raptors 74-51.
Yeah,
and they won by 6.
Right,
like
they were getting killed.
I know we got a break. I want to go back. Remember we were talking about the resurgence of women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this. I was thinking about that segment last night, and there were two things. Number one, I felt bad because I brought up Steph Curry as like, does him shooting, him normalizing outside shooting as much as he has, is that part of like what's rejuvenated? And then our good friend Zebra on the chat line was like, Dave, you're propping up women's basketball and you're complimenting a man while doing it. I was like, okay, like I was trying to make a point, but I felt bad about that. Secondly, I would love to see numbers, because you know what would really, like, this is where we know the women's college game is going. I want to see the numbers of year-to-year participants in the women's March Madness brackets. Because gambling makes everything better.
Sure.
And the only thing better than one March Madness bracket is two.
Good point.
You think I know that you've been running yours forever.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to have to be somebody else at some point, or do you ever think maybe there'd be room for dueling brackets?
Well, there's always room for dueling brackets. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I probably know about as much about the women's college seedings as I do the men at this point. I know South Carolina's really good.
Mm-hmm.
LSU's really good. Iowa's really good. Nebraska's pretty good.
There's your Final Four.
That's my Final Four.
Yeah.
Let's go. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go around the NFL. A lot of crazy free agency signings. Also, at 7:30, Dave Cavill spoke to Forbes. We're going to have the author of that article on a little bit later on in this week. I will read you the quotes, and you will snicker at yourself. Dave Cavill, I don't know if his cheese is completely on his cracker anymore. And I don't know where he gets the energy to do all this stuff. But I could guess maybe our friends at American Energy Heating and Air, they'd be like, nope, we're not supporting that. Because they're good people. They are good people. Everybody over there is good. Good people. Local. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+, Better Business Bureau rating. You can't get better than that, by the way. Just saying. Can't get better than that. And right now, they are looking to offer you a second opinion. That's the big push this week, is to remind you that you got all kinds of places out there that are going to give you their quotes. And look, let's be honest, man. Somebody comes out and gives you a quote for something like an HVAC system, unless you worked in the business. How do you know? How do you know that quote's in the ballpark? How do you know you're not getting screwed? I'm not saying places, everyone's going to screw you. There's fine companies out there. But bottom line is, you have nothing to lose by having American Energy Heating and Air come out to your house for free, give you a quote, a second opinion on the current quote you have, and they'll either say, great quote, go with these guys, or no, we can save you money. Give them a shot. The reputation's there. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Around the NFL, some massive signings. We'll do that next.
The Kings had their hearts ripped out in Milwaukee, and now they go for revenge.
Forces the shot. It's no good. Rebound. Track down. Malik Monk has it. Races up the floor. Is he going to drive it? He pulls up at the elbow. Circles back out. Steps into a three. He scores the triple. Game tied at 129.
It's the Kings and Bucks tonight at Golden One Center. Tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Flooring is your game, we'll help you win it. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. You want decor? Try. You want plumbing? You're out. LL Flooring has been helping pros knock it out of the park for over 30 years. Visit one of our 400 nationwide warehouses for one-on-one service, extensive inventory, and exclusive pro pricing. Get the pro treatment you deserve. Enroll today, online or in-store. LL Flooring, every step covered.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by California Army National Guard, Naturewood Home Furnishings, and RVs of Sacramento.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In 1923, the Field and Flint Company launched what they believed to be the best shoe on the market, using the brand FootJoy for the first time. Their tagline, a shoe that's different. And 100 years later, that tagline could well describe the launch of the latest iteration of the FootJoy Pro SLX Carbon Golf Shoe. Pro SLX offers performance innovation engineered from the ground for advanced traction, control, and comfort. The all-new Power Track system delivers stability and no-slip grip when you swing. A carbon fiber X-Wing distributes the energy to the shoe's perimeter for increased traction and control. And Stratofoam provides all-day comfort. In the end, it's about tradition, it's about performance, and it's about comfort. 100 years ago, this FootJoy Pro SLX Carbon would have seemed a shoe for a spaceman. Today, it's a great shoe for 18 holes right here on Earth. Try a pair at your local pro shop or learn more at footjoy.com. That's your golf to go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet Arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet Arch support can be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints of the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
Hey guys, do you know your T level? Revive Men's Health here in Sacramento is helping you take that first step toward better health and enhanced intimacy with a free testosterone level test, exam, and consultation. Plus, for this month only, qualified patients can kickstart their treatment with a free supply of ED medication. Call Revive Men's Health Sacramento at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Now that my kids are getting older, I'm trying to expand the horizons, and it's very rare that these days it seems that we all eat dinner together. We had dinner last night, and we're all in there, so I grabbed the remote. I'm like, you know what? Let's watch. We can watch something.
You make them watch history stuff again?
Well, no, that's usually what I do. I'm usually daddy, history documentaries and different things. Like, learn something, kids. But then last time, I'm like, hey, you know what? Here's something that's on NBC. It can't be that bad, but it's got to be funny. I was like, I'm going to put on that new Ted series prequel from the movie with Mark Wahlberg, right? It can't be that bad. Maybe it's a little.
I'm pretty sure I showed you a scene from it.
You did, but I forgot. Like, I remember the scene.
Can't be that bad.
Well, because it was on Peacock, and I mistakenly thought it was on NBC.
Oh no.
Yeah, it 100% isn't. So we start, and Melissa's like, "Are you sure this is okay?" I'm like, "It's on NBC, dude."
It's a teddy bear.
I think like the 7th line was like, and then I effed him and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, well, okay. All right, cool.
What'd you switch to?
So then I'm like, you know what? I think we can start doing Family Guy. Like, let's it's a cartoon. It's not South Park. Let's go with Family Guy. I go and I pick like a random one. And I don't remember what the title was, but it didn't do it justice because that episode ended up being Quagmire gets caught balancing himself on the ceiling trying to look at Peter's wife go to the bathroom, and then he has to get rehab for being a pervert. And I'm like, dude, really? Seriously? Like, I I need to put out a public plea at some point on one of the social medias. I mean, like, can I get, like, what's good to watch with the kids right now? They're not 6 and 7, but
Pete's Dragon.
No, because they're at that age now where they're like, because I'll be like, let's watch Percy Jackson. And they're like, no, Dad, no, that's, well, what about, Caillou?
Caillou.
I'm stuck in this thing where, like, I've probably over-sheltered them a little bit, and I want to start. I don't want them to go to college and be like, oh, and, like, they're on their phones. Whatever. It's not that.
What do you think they watch when they were with friends?
Probably Family Guy. I don't know. But, like, the weird thing is that I don't understand this. It's more about watching it with them.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is like the swearing and stuff, we've been able to get over that.
Who's it more awkward for?
I don't know, honestly, because
You
it's
or
awkward
them.
for me, so it must be really awkward for them.
Yeah.
But it's the nudity stuff, right? And and then I think about it, I'm like, what an idiot. Who cares? Everyone has stuff.
Yeah.
Like what is that? Why
Zapped. Maybe it's time for Zap.
Maybe. You know what? Let's just go with Porky's.
Yes.
You know what? That's
Is that on anymore?
I don't even know
anywhere?
if you could stream that.
Really?
Now all I can think about is the mole. A big day in the NFL. A lot of people are getting paid a lot of money. Kirk Cousins.
This seems like a cash grab.
Yeah, dude. It is a cash grab. Kirk Cousins. He's going to the Falcons. $180 million.
Cash grab.
Of which I think 90 million of it's guaranteed.
I wouldn't even say unique is the right word for his career, but
it is kind of weird though, isn't it?
Like no one's ever put him as the top quarterback.
No
one's ever said he's the worst quarterback.
Nope.
I don't know where he is, but he always seems to be coveted, which is a good spot to be in if you're a professional athlete. Remember the thought process a couple years ago when the 49ers were going to, like, they didn't go for Mahomes. At least the thought process was because, they're going to get.
They knew they were going to get Cousins.
And then other teams, and then I think when he was with Washington, they kept doing the franchise tag. Like, they knew they had a good thing, but didn't want to get rid of him. Ends up as a Viking. Like, it's just interesting that he's always kind of been that guy that teams have wanted.
Is Kirk Cousins? This would be an interesting thought exercise for somebody to do an article on, because I need graphics. Like, is Kirk Cousins? He's got to be up there or number one. And I don't mean any disrespect with this, but the highest paid, least accomplished player in sports. And look, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler. I'm not trying to disrespect Kirk Cousins at all. And when you look at his numbers, like, the dude puts up numbers, multiple years above 4,000 yards, 270 touchdowns to 110 interceptions, and blah, blah, blah. Like, he's a good quarterback who has, like, really, but his teams are just always seemingly meh.
Yeah.
And dude has made a butt ton of money over the years.
Like, is he I'm trying to put him in is he in the Stafford, without a ring, Dak range?
Well, Stafford won a ring though, right?
No,
yeah.
without a ring, meaning without a ring, he doesn't have the ring.
Well, let me put it like this. Entering 2024, before his contract that he just signed, Aaron Rodgers has made $342.5 million. That is the all-time money leader in the history of the NFL.
Okay.
At $331.7 million, Kirk Cousins.
Wow.
He's got to be. It's got to be him.
And he's going to join the Falcons, who, I mean, did they think, like, this is it? This is the piece.
Right. Like, is this the guy to do what? I mean, look.
He'll be their start. I mean, that's the right move.
And
for
yes,
them.
they're good at quarterback. And legitimately, that could push the Falcons to win. That division was all rumpled up anyways. But they didn't win any titles.
Isn't it funny that, that division spends for Baker to stay and now to get Cousins.
Right.
Yeah.
Third place, Matthew Stafford, $328 million. He won a ring. Russell Wilson, fourth, $256. He won a ring. Ryan Tannehill, $196 million. He's in that category.
Yeah, but that's a big separation. Now.
It is a huge separation. Von Miller, I mean, $180 million. Okay. I mean, Joe Flacco, champion, $175. Joe Flacco is the 7th highest paid player in NFL history. That's actually pretty hilarious. Followed by Trent Williams, Ndamukong Suh, and Derek Carr at $165 million. Wow. It absolutely blows me away. And this isn't about ripping Kirk Cousins. This is just amazed.
Yeah.
And by the way,
he's timed it beautifully. Like every time he's been available, and
that's a great agent.
Yeah.
And also the way it's working out, Jason, he's at 331. Rodgers is at 342. He just guaranteed himself $90 million more. That means he's at a minimum of $421 million for his career, which means Aaron Rodgers has to make another 80. Kirk Cousins is 35 years old. So he's got some time left. Hey, you know what, though? Screw it. Good for him. He was a backup to RG3.
Yeah.
So
it's worked out well for him. Good for him.
Sam Darnold to the Vikings.
What did the Niners do about that, by the way?
Yeah, they re-signed, what's his name? Brandon
Allen?
Yeah,
okay.
they're bringing him back. Aaron Jones, who had his place taken by Josh Jacobs of the Raiders when Josh signed with the Packers yesterday. He will now sign a deal with the Minnesota Vikings. Reminds me of speaking of the Vikings, I don't know that we ever talked about this much. I was thinking about Dalvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Dalvin Cook is one of those examples of, like, and Kareem Hunt's kind of another, even though he's younger, but isn't it amazing how quickly these running backs these days just completely fall off?
That's the part that doesn't go to the, helping their case out
Seriously.
for guys that, feel undervalued.
Tyrod Taylor has been picked up by the New York Jets as a backup to Aaron Rodgers. Sounds like Zach Wilson's going to get traded or released here very, very quickly as well.
By the way, on the Cousins part, I didn't hear anything. He's going to be good for week 1?
Injury wise?
Yeah, remember, I mean, he did the same thing as Rodgers.
Great point. It's a really good point.
Not ACL, Achilles.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, they're in it for the long haul here, but
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Also, looks like the Titans and Derrick Henry are going to part ways as well, which, by the way, has been kind of in the works now for a couple of years. The NFL is a year-round business, and my goodness gracious. Also, we mentioned Saquon Barkley to the Eagles. Tiki Barber said he was dead to him because he went to Philly. By the way, I saw the clip. Tiki was like smiling when he said it. I think he was making a joke about the rivalry and how could you sign with Philly and all that. And then Barkley snaps back and he's like, he did not think it was funny.
He did not like the joke.
My goodness gracious. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. Let's talk about who you'd want, more importantly, who you would not want in a playoff matchup, and the future of the Denver Nuggets as well, and more Kings. We'll do all that right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
I love my guy MC. I just checked the YouTube chat, and basically saying I should let my kids watch South Park because they speak the truth. That I don't know what, and that brain has got to be 72 degrees and sunny at all times. My goodness gracious. I'd be curious, MC, type in the chat. How early did you let your kids watch South Park? Honestly, what age? What age did your kids start watching South Park? By the way, the funny thing about all this as a dad in this situation is like, dude, I was watching this stuff at like 11. Like, that's the thing. Has that just changed? Like,
yeah, I think I was in,
I guess so,
6th grade when South Park came out.
I mean, I had to be just barely out of single digits when I learned the whole, you turn the cable channel, one channel up, and then you put it on B, and you go to, like, I think Playboy Channel was like, I'm not making a joke. I think the Playboy Channel in Sacramento Cable was 69. I swear to God, I'm 99% sure that's the case. And you turn it to 68, and you could see like part of it, like the picture kind of scroll up bottom to top. And I was like, hey, let's go.
Yeah, I like this.
This is interesting.
Woo! Yeah.
Let's go. 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. That's a hell of a segue. Christopher Lod, question 1, please.
Name the 3 teams that you'd most want to avoid in a playoff series in the West this year.
That I want to avoid, and I'll keep it to like likely playoff teams, because otherwise Houston Rockets, LOL. But the Pelicans, number 1. Like, legit, the Pelicans scare me. Probably if you told me the Kings had a choice between matching up with the Thunder, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, or the Pelicans, I think the Pelicans would, honest to God, be my last pick. Nuggets would be my second to last, and I acknowledge that we'd probably lose to them in a 7-game series, but the Pelicans, number 1. I would say, this is going to sound weird, I would say Pelicans, Clippers, and I'm coin flipping between the Nuggets and Warriors, and I get it. But there's just something about that stupid Warriors team that's mental, and this team is susceptible to mental issues. I'll say the Nuggets. I think that's the right answer. They'd have to be in your top 3, but I put the Clippers and Pelicans in there at or above them.
I have a similar list. I have Denver. I just have the most respect for them. I think they're fabulous. I think the Clippers would be really difficult in a playoff series, assuming they're healthy. And my third one, I did put the Warriors, not because of any mental stuff. I just think of the prospect of losing to them is painful. Beating them would be fabulous.
That'd be amazing.
But if you lost to them again, now, obviously, this wouldn't be a first-round series, so you'd be in round 2, which would be pretty fun. But, yeah, I put them.
Yeah, I would not like
the
to
pain of losing to them would be bad.
Losing the war, it would be more painful than losing to any team, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's an interesting question. You have to lose a playoff series. You got to lose it to the Warriors or the Lakers. I
was thinking maybe if somehow, some way they made the finals, that'd be painful. But then we'd also be like, they made the finals.
Yeah, but but to your point, that would be more about losing in the finals than who we lost to. I think.
Yeah, it would be irrelevant who the Eastern team was.
I think I would rather lose a 7-game playoff series to the Lakers than the Warriors, and I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. I think it would hurt less. I just can't stand the stupid, smarmy Warrior faces, fans, and media. Not that the Lakers are a walk in the park, don't get me wrong, but it's like a dog turd versus like 9 dog turds.
Mm-hmm.
They're still all dog turds.
Excellent.
But one is, huge. That's a great analogy. Cut number 2, please.
Question 2.
Denver is currently on fire. Will they end up the 1 seed?
Denver's on fire?
I know. Put them out.
Yeah.
They've won 3 in a row. They've won 9 of 10. Now Oklahoma City's won 8 of 10. Denver's still a half game back. Yeah, I think this is where really good teams, championship level teams. They start to put it in gear. And Denver is beginning that process. It ain't going to be perfect. They're still prone to the occasional weird loss. But I think that's what we're seeing. They're getting healthy. And this latest run, there's some stinkers on there, but it does include Sacramento. It does include the Lakers in LA. It does include Boston. And when you look at the year they have, or the season they have coming up, Jason, there ain't a lot on there. I know this is bad radio, but seriously.
I think they still play Minnesota 3 times.
They do. That's the only thing I'm looking at. They do play them 3 times, but also kind of an injured Minnesota now.
Yeah.
Other than that, you got a Dallas in there, a Phoenix, Cleveland, a Clippers. Everything else is like Portland, Memphis, San Antonio, Atlanta, Utah, San Antonio, Memphis. Yeah, I would say not only is Denver going to be the 1 seed, but I would honestly, if I was handicapping it, I would put the over under at 1.5 games. They will finish ahead of probably Oklahoma City. Yeah, I think they'll be the 1.
Yeah, I mean, they're tracking that, right? They've already moved up quite a bit. The one thing I would say is maybe a reason to not, I don't think they care.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're not going to sit guys now. Maybe the last game or 2 they might, but I think they believe they could get out of this as a 5 seed. Now, they're not going to fall that far. But just the way they're playing is kind of tracking that they'll be the 1 seed. So sure.
Cut number 3.
Question 3.
If the Kings win tonight, how much of you will be retroactively angry about the loss to Houston?
Maybe. Okay, I'll say like 10%. Like 10%. That's fair. Like 10%. Like I'll be happy for I'll be 90% more happy for the win. But of course, I'm going to, on the drive home, I'll be like, why can't they play like that against Houston? Why can't they play like that against the Bulls? Which is something that's been happening all year long. I will take the win. And as we said earlier, I'd rather beat the good teams and lose to the bad teams than the other way around. But it will make me think a little bit.
Yeah, probably. I think it's natural to do that. I'd just be way more pleased with the win if they could get that. I mean, this is one of the best teams in the NBA. This is a championship caliber team that's playing their best or better now than they were before. A team you haven't beaten since 2016, 15 straight losses. It'd be more about the win for me.
I hope they get that tonight. 15-game losing streak.
Yeah. That'd be fabulous. Look, this is then you're starting to look at teams, we still have the stat where they haven't beaten Houston, they haven't beaten New Orleans, but you start look at like the top teams and they've beaten almost all of them.
And then they lose at home to the Pistons and Bulls.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a weird team. It's the weirdest. I'll say it again, and it'll be in the post. This is the weirdest team we've ever had. This is the weirdest team we've ever had in Sacramento. I think this is honestly the strangest team we've had since the most unexplainable team we've had since 1985. That's part of the entertainment.
Yeah.
And by the way, if anybody has any nominees for weirder team, I'll take it. And by the way, I think the second weirdest one is the Artest Bonzi Wells playoff team. Like that, the 8.5 games out.
Yeah, when they got
when they got Artest, and he said
the
guarantee. I think 8.5 games out.
Yeah.
That was a weird team too, but that was weird in the sense of like didn't expect it, unexpected, surprising type of stuff. This team is just like even the bad teams. They're explainable.
Yeah,
they sucked. The good teams, they're explainable. They're good. This one, you're like, I don't know on any given night whether or not this team's going to. Which, of course, you don't know, but you really don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you literally could be watching them lose at home to Detroit, and then you could watch them, 5 minutes later go into Denver in the third of 4 nights and beat the Nuggets for the second straight time, third straight time. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's pop in and check in on our old friend Dave Cavell. He spoke to Forbes magazine. We'll have the author on a little bit later this week, and yeah, I don't know what's going on, dude, but he said some pretty weird things, and we'll recount and relay those to you right after this.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports and Sactownsports.com.
When accidents turn life upside down, AutoAccident.com is in your corner. Compassionate advice, loyal support, and the courage to fight for you. AutoAccident.com. That's AutoAccident.com.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hello, saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Maury Brown is a senior writer with Forbes magazine. He's a good writer. I enjoyed reading him over the years. And I have rarely seen an article presented like this from a guy that is a pretty straight shooter. No. Maury doesn't have agendas or bias. He's one. It's Forbes. He generally covers the business of sports. Yeah, exactly. Here's the beginning of this article. Always great talking to you. I've just gotten off the phone with Dave Cavill. It's my first time speaking with him. He goes on, quote, "You're doing a great job covering this story," Cavill adds, which means it's clear he's never talked or read some of my stories. While I believe the ballpark will come together, I've repeatedly questioned the business practices of the A's and done so on many occasions. Again, I try to brush it off. But without prompting, what came next shows that Cavill is living in an alternate reality where the A's are on the verge of doing some miracle, something monumental in the annals of MLB history. Quote, "This is the most important baseball venue since Oriole Park at Camden Yards." That's an extraordinary statement, says Maury. I bring up the possibility of leaving the brand in Oakland. He then says, he writes, after asking that question, if the comment about the ballpark design being akin to Camden Yards was extraordinary, Cavill moves into delusions of grandeur in response to my comments. Quote, I like the example of the Dodgers. Our relocation is most similar to the Dodgers moving out of Brooklyn. At this stage, I have to think he's trolling. Then he goes on to explain the history of the Dodgers moving, along with the Giants, how nobody was west of the Mississippi. Air travel was becoming the whole thing that happened. Cavill had to be saying all of this thinking he was off the record. No other way anyone would say such over-the-top and unrealistic comparisons. But then he says, quote, in fact, you would be well served to write an article on this. Yeah. This is one of the most savage articles I think I've ever seen written in sports by a guy who doesn't write savage articles. Also by a guy who did not go into this to write a savage article.
It became that.
It became that. Now, look, I disagree with what the A's are doing. Strongly to the point where I've come out personally against Major League Baseball spending 3 years in the city I love so much because I want nothing to do with John Fisher or any part of this, and it just feels wrong. You and I've talked about that. We disagree a little bit about that. We agree on some of it. I don't fault anyone for thinking the opposite. I'm just speaking my truth. And I'll be really honest, man, which implies I usually lie. Why do I say that? There was a time not that long ago where Dave Cavill came on the show.
Yeah, pretty regularly. Or a decent amount.
2-3 times a year. Yeah. And I'm not trying to look, no matter what, I'm certainly not going to try to make, I don't want to make this personal. This isn't personal. This isn't, I don't have any issues with Dave Cavill personally. He's never done either of us wrong. In fact, he's always treated us very, very well. And I remember I'll never forget tweeting out A's president Dave Cavill will join us. Now, remember, this was 5-6 years ago when he was talking to fans about building everyone loved him.
The Raiders just left and the Rooted in Oakland started.
And that was the whole thing. And they had, what were not the playgrounds, but they were opening up things in the
treehouse.
The treehouse. Thank you. I said playground. He had a pretty damn good approval rating with fans. And I remember tweeting out A's president Dave Cavill will join us tomorrow on the show. And I get a phone call, and it's from somebody I have not heard in a long time, former Kings president Chris Granger, who's now out in Detroit. And we had a really nice conversation, and he said, Dave's a good guy. I know him really, really well. You're going to have a lot of fun with him. Tell him I said hi. He had nothing but really kind things to say about Dave. I won't get too nerdy here, but there's a famous story about a guy named Faust who makes a deal with the devil. The whole, it's a whole classic tale. And I can't help but think that this is this Faustian thing that Dave Cavill is doing right now. There's got to be a massive bonus on the line for him. He's on the verge of getting the stadium done. I will say that over the last week, Jason, I've talked to you about this off the air. It gives me no pleasure to say this, but I'm now back to, I was starting to kind of feel a little bit good, but it really does sound like the Oakland thing is dead, dead. They're not going back to Oakland. They'd go somewhere else before they went back to Oakland. Oakland is dead. For the A's. But I don't know that I've ever seen anything as bungled as this. And Cavill has used repeatedly Golden One Center also as he did this last week. He mentioned it in multiple interviews that he mentioned Golden One Center as one of the muses for the stadium they're building down there. Not in looks or anything like that, but in a lot of the efficiencies of it and what they're trying to do. But when you look deeper at it, The money doesn't make sense. This looks far more expensive. The acreage does not make sense.
Right. There's flaws in this.
There's a ton of flaws in this. And the fact that Dave Cavill is now turned into this used car salesman shell of a person we knew, that it's his job to shill. And I would say I pity him a little bit because his job is to be the bullet sponge for John Fisher, to stand in front of John and be the the front-facing part of this whole deal. And he's being directed on what to do, and he's out there doing it. I would feel pity for him, but he's also incredibly qualified and employable for other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to think, if I was Dave Cavill, I probably would have moved on it. So John Fisher's one thing. His reputation's dead. He's a billionaire, though.
Right.
So whatever. He doesn't care. Dave Cavill's never going to live this thing down. I would have quit a long time ago and said, yeah, dude, I'm good. I don't want, because his name is right up there with John Fisher when it comes to enemies.
Yes.
Dave Cavill, in the Bay Area is, imagine being Dave Cavill and trying to go out to a restaurant with your family somewhere in the Bay Area for the rest of your life, knowing that if you meet the wrong people that recognize you, you could just be sitting there and someone's going to yell at you. Someone's going to say something stupid, which is wrong, and you shouldn't do that. I just don't know why the hell it's worth it for him to do this.
Well, plus the other part of it is sometimes you go through that to know on the other end you'll be considered a hero. That part's not happening either.
No.
Like, they're not coming to Vegas like, oh, thank you guys.
No.
John Fisher, you're a hero. Dave Cavill, you're a hero. That's not going to happen for them. And that's not why you do things either, but that's not happening.
At least it's a trade-off.
Right.
We have talked repeatedly to people in Vegas, whether it's media members, people that live there, sports people, whatever. Look, to say that nobody is excited in Vegas for the A's coming is a lie. Of course there's people that are excited. But this has got to be the most boring, low-key, understated, no energy relocation of a team, especially to a market that has never had a Major League Baseball team that I have ever seen in sports.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single relocation that was less well received. And part of that, of course, is Vegas has so much going on. They've already got the other, 3 of the other major league sports. They know the NBA is on the way. Let's be honest. It's the home of the UFC. You might as well add that in there as well. They got plenty of things going on in Vegas. Vegas ain't Sacramento.
Right.
But they're just like, even the media is like, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I guess we'll cover it, but we have to, but we're not that excited over it. And meanwhile, you have poor A's fan over here that's like, hey, Joe Lacob.
Right. Save us.
Because that's their only Hail Mary left.
Yeah.
Their only Hail Mary left is that Joe Lacob somehow steps up last minute and says, all right, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Let's stop all this.
Yeah.
And honestly, of all the people that are involved in the saga, if we could pick one person to have an interview with, for me, it wouldn't be John Fisher. Mm-hmm. It would be Joe Lacob.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to ask him, Joe, I know you've looked at that Oakland deal, that Howard Terminal deal. So help us out. You ain't got a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
What is preventing you from making a Godfather offer to John Fisher? If that Howard Terminal deal is so good, you stand to make, it's an $11, $12 billion deal. You stand to make some pretty good coin off of that and keep, a lot of your stuff in the Bay Area as well. What is stopping you from doing this? And you know what? Part of the reason I'd love to ask him that question is because John Fisher or Joe Lacob very well could come out and just absolutely skewer the Howard Terminal deal. And I would believe him. He's a guy, because you got Oakland saying it's a great deal. Fisher saying it, his camp saying it sucks. Well, let's get a third-party businessman in there who obviously has looked at it.
Right.
And if Lacob's coming to me like, yeah, that's not all it's cracked up to be, okay, well, now we kind of know what's going on. Because right now, I don't know who's lying. I feel like John Fisher's group is lying. I don't know that. Am I trusting Oakland?
Yeah.
And
there have been some city council members who are against Howard Terminal who have come out and said the moment they chose that, they knew that they didn't want to have anything to do with Oakland just because it's so hard to build there.
Really?
And so much infrastructure needs to be done. And there's a lot of questions that aren't answered. And in all reality, they already have the perfect spot for a baseball stadium. They just don't have all the stores and housing and all the things.
The Coliseum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to have all of that. That is what Fisher wants to make his money off of, not off of the stadium.
Well, then why is the pressure not on Mayor Tsao to come out
I really think it's because they've done all this work to begin with.
Yeah.
That you can't just like put the toothpaste back in the bottle.
Then why not come out and sit with Casey Pratt or Brody Brazil or whoever, and over a 10-minute period have a one sheet basically. It's like, the deal here is done. Here's what we're doing it for. Everything is approved. Here's what they'd have to pay. Here's what they're paying in Vegas. Here's why the deals don't make sense in Vegas as opposed, like, make your case, because all we hear right now from and I'm talking to the Oakland side now, who we never really criticize. I understand they're saying things like we're still at the table and this and that. Show us the numbers.
Yeah. And are they still at the table?
I don't.
Yeah.
It's so hard to tell in today's day and age. And I know this isn't national politics, it's local politics, but it's still politics. How much of this is cover your A,
right,
and how much of this is reality? They don't want to be known as the politicians that lost the A's, many of which have been sitting since the Warriors moved to San Francisco. And I think it's relatively easy from the outside to say, oh, we got a break here. Okay. Let me just say this, man, because this is always such a sensitive subject. I had my life saved in Oakland. That's a legit fact. I was a preemie. I was at Oakland Children's Hospital. I went back there every single year. I have family that lives in Oakland. I'm laying out my credentials for a reason here, because this is a sensitive topic to a lot of people. When I go to Oakland, and when I've gone to Oakland for the last few years, for the most part, I'm not having that great of a time in Oakland. I see what's going on in Oakland. That doesn't mean there aren't great parts of Oakland. But to the outsider, the thought process is that Oakland is basically a hellhole and everybody wants out, and that's why the Raiders left, and that's why the Warriors left. And then you get people that live in Oakland that are loyal, and I feel them, because we're like that in the 916. Stockton's like that in the 209. Hell, talk to anybody from Detroit, and they're like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. People are very loyal, especially when their cities are maligned so much. What's the truth about Oakland, though? Is it this crime overrun hellhole that businesses don't want to be in so that they leave? Or is that just a lot of the crap that's put out there, like in a lot of other cities? And are we being railroaded there? And is John Fisher, because this doesn't make sense. I know I'm rambling, Jason, right, but still, this move makes no sense. It makes no sense why baseball is backing it. It makes no sense why they're not charging a relocation fee. It makes no sense why they're going from a top 10 market to market 44 or whatever the hell it is. What are we missing here? What is the whatever?
Yeah, it feels like we're getting about 70% of the facts, right?
That's
and
exactly
the missing
right.
pieces are important.
Why not lay it all out on the table? What is whoever hiding?
Also, why Vegas? Why not another city?
I'm with
Why
you,
not
dude.
Portland, Nashville, all these other cities that want MLB, Salt Lake City,
Montreal.
There's got to be something there with Fisher saying what Mark Davis did. There's got to be some sort of connection there. There's got to be some sort of cash cow there he's waiting on. I don't know. I just know this. He won't own the team in 5 years. I bet
I don't know.
I think
part of the deal with MLB is he can't sell it for. He has to give a major percentage away, I believe, in the first 10 years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. So I'm saying in 10 years and a day, he's selling the team. When we come back, what is going on with the Kings at home, by the way? Talk about home field advantage, not so much, or home court advantage, I should say. We have more from practice, Malik Monk as well. We'll get to that next.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got good news. The American Energy Heat and Air $0 HVAC diagnostic has been extended to February 29th. That's right. It expired at the end of January, but want to give you all an opportunity who missed out to get in. It's a $99 value. All right, it's $100, and right now it's free. I don't know how much easier I can pitch that. Normally $100, now $0. Let the American Energy team test your system, your connections, and all the moving parts of that system to make sure it's functioning properly. And you know who's going to be coming to your home? A group of people that have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. A group of folks that have been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. $0 HVAC diagnostic. Normally a $100 value right now at American Energy Heat and Air. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com or call them to make your appointment. 916-520-9990.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by California Army National Guard, Naturewood Home Furnishings, and RVs of Sacramento.
Me in person, but like Neil Patrick Harris
doesn't he usually do like the Tonys and stuff like that?
I haven't seen him in anything for like a couple years. Maybe I just, it's not like I'm looking for him. But Neil Patrick Harris was everywhere. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last thing I did see him in.
He was in that one show. What is that? How I
Met
Your Mother?
Gone Girl.
Yeah. That was years ago though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Maybe he's Doogie Howser.
He was. Great show.
Yeah.
Maybe Chris is right. I know he does the Tonys and all that. Like maybe he's doing some like Broadway play.
Could be.
It's where actors go to like chill for a while.
Yeah.
You don't really see them. It's been a Broadway play for the Sacramento Kings this year. Woof. Just an exciting / frustrating year. And one that's certainly given us a lot to talk about. That's for sure. I know we're going to have, I want to save some of the sound for from Malik Monk a little bit later. But I thought he said some pretty interesting things, including a clip we played earlier. This is him talking about the 500 teams and that they should beat those teams under 500.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Especially when we was up a little bit against an under 500 team. Even though they're in the NBA, we definitely supposed to beat them teams. And that's been our struggle all year. I think our struggle all year been at home, too, as well. We're not performing. how we're supposed to in front of the home crowd, and we know that. And yeah, that was pissing me off yesterday. Yeah,
the home part's the mystery to me. Like, I think it's a little bit of up and down against teams. I think that happens a little bit more around the league, a little bit, not as much as this year with the Kings have been, but I just don't even feel like they're as, even when they win at home, as dominant, as confident maybe. I don't know. I the only word I've been coming up with is that swagger on the road. There's something about them playing on the road.
Let's talk about that for a second, because they were that way last year.
Mm-hmm.
They were better on the road than they were at home. And I was looking at the standings this morning. Gosh, I want to say there's only 2 or 3 teams in the Western Conference that have less wins than the Sacramento Kings at home.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure those are the bottom teams, Spurs and
yeah, they are. So let's briefly, because I don't really need to know where to go with the conversation, but at least it's worth bringing up. Now, we don't need to lay our credentials out on the line. I will never, ever, 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 ever. I will fight to the death for this fan base and for how awesome they are. So for me to even suggest that it's fan related, it makes me want to punch my own self in the face. Like, our fans are the best in the world. But can we just try for a second? Everyone, you, me, Chris, the audience, like, could there possibly be something? I mean, let's have a real conversation here. Let's put it all on the table. The fans, Golden One Center itself, its design. I remember joking a few years ago about how one of the unfortunate things about Golden One Center that is overall great, but unlike Arco Arena, you have all these lounges now with all these amenities and food and candy and booze and socializing. So a lot of times early in the third quarter, or even early in the the start of the game, but especially third quarter, you'll see the lower bowl, which is the people that have access to those lounges. You'll see the lower bowl not full. However, I think that we did a deep dive on that a while back. It's like, even if that was a thing, which it wasn't, the third quarters there's no standout there. Like, they do worse in the third quarter than anything else.
Yeah.
It's very random. So I'd put that aside. But people come here and they shoot their faces off from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Here's my stab at it. I'm trying to think of anything we or you or I or people out there do that maybe takes more effort, more concentration, something you do all the time.
Yeah.
That you're capable of, competent of, good at maybe. I'm trying to, this might be a stretch, but driving, right? You drive every day. You know how to drive. You've done it millions of times.
Yeah.
But there's certain days, terrible weather, like you're locked in. Like, you're kind of maybe holding both hands on the steering wheel, just like, I got to focus because it's really windy, rainy, and you get to where you need to. Then it lightens up and you kind of relax, and then maybe something happens. Maybe that's when an accident happens. You're like, wait, I was really focused and I got to where I needed to in a more difficult situation. And then now this is something I know what I'm doing. I've done this a million times, and I don't know, just letting the proverbial foot off the gas, whatever the thing is, like lighting up a little bit, like, hey, we're home.
So your analogy is
it's
just to follow
quote unquote easier.
The
or more
weather,
comfortable
the rain
is the road.
That's the road trip.
Yeah.
Or a better team.
Sure.
Okay.
And maybe the road is more so like this is quote unquote more difficult. So I've got to be, it takes all of my attention, some work assignment, whatever it might be. And then there's a slip up somewhere else. It's like, oh man, I was so focused on this that I missed this, when they're equally as important. I don't know. That's a stretch.
No. It is a stretch, but I like where you're going there. That there is a
it's comfort being at home.
Yeah, they're too comfortable.
Well, I think we do it. Like, look, I would say, wow, they got through that road. March is coming. Look at all these home games. I'm not saying we're putting that on the players, but why wouldn't they do that as well? Going, I do see it. We went through this brutal road trip. Katie was talking about how difficult, like, I don't even know what city I'm in, but they kind of figured it out, got through it, powered through. It's like, but it sure is going to be nice to be home in March. And then, yeah, it is nice to be home. comforts.
All right. Okay.
And so maybe slightly, if I'm on focus level 10 and then I'm home and I'm still good. Like De'Aaron's still good. All these guys are still gifted.
Yeah. But your focus level 9
or 8. And then another team is now on that 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
That can make up the difference.
I'm reaching.
I think you're onto something, Jason. And I think I want to continue this conversation in the next break because I want to again, guys, we're just spitballing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's the answer.
Trying to figure it out together. If you have an opinion, 1-800-920-1140, text us at 916-339-1140, get in the YouTube chat. So let's roll with the premise that it might be a comfort level. And you know what? I think, Jason, if we're in a court of law where emotion doesn't matter and we just use facts, we're not worried about being nice. We're not worried about being, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this. I think there might be some examples that will back you up.
Yeah. And then just one more too before, so the comfort level is home. What made them uncomfortable? Not necessarily losing to these teams, hearing the boos.
That's where I want to go in the next segment. Yeah. So we'll talk about that. We'll continue this conversation right after this.
The Kings had their hearts ripped out in Milwaukee, and now they go for revenge.
Forces the shot. It's no good. Rebound. Track down. Malik Monk has it. Races up the floor. Is he going to drive it? He pulls up with the elbow. Circles back out. Steps into a three. He scores the triple. Game tied at 129.
It's the Kings and Bucks tonight at Golden One Center. Tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Turned 40, I was feeling burnt out, unsatisfied with my marriage and career. I couldn't recognize the man I'd become. Honestly, I thought I would never be the same man again. Then I figured out I had lower testosterone and found Nugenix Total T. It changed everything. After 1 month, I rediscovered the man I know I am, that guy from my youth. I was hitting the gym, feeling passion in my marriage, feeling more energetic at work. Nugenix Total T includes Testofen, a patented ingredient clinically shown to boost free and total testosterone. And right now, you can get a complimentary bottle and try Total T for yourself. Just send a text. Text TEAR to 369-369 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text TEAR to 369-369. That's TEAR to 369-369. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We're off to a soggy start for this Tuesday. Expect to have some steady light rain for the morning commute. Into the afternoon, we'll have a few spotty showers here and there, and temperatures top out in the mid-60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it's chilly cold at night, don't just add another blanket. Add a new furnace system instead. Now for as low as $5,999 with 0% interest and no payments for 18 months. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
It's Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you want a deal that's a slam dunk, go see the winning team at Folsom Lake Ford. Folsom Lake Ford is your truck headquarters with all your American-made favorites, like America's best-selling F-Series, F-150s, and Super Duties, or spacious new Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports, all in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford, right here in Sacramento. You can buy any new Ford with zero down on approved credit, save big with low interest finance rates, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Check out the huge selection of inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership to see their most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. They'll help you out. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 35 years and counting.
Ever since we got Xfinity, we have Wi-Fi all over the house. Even in my hiding spots.
Ha! Found you.
How?
That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Now through March 21st, get started with 200 megabit internet for $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract and get Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless bill and auto pay or stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and Wi-Fi equipment. Actual speeds vary.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet Arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet Arch support can be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
When the unexpected happens, trust AutoAccident.com. Loyalty and compassion set them apart. They're with you every step of the way. AutoAccident.com. That's AutoAccident.com.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let's fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $67. Plumbing, sewer, electric, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK-AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason.
Smith and Shannon Sharp.
By the way, you bring up Denver. I got that. So Sacramento ain't nothing to be worried about? Sacramento ain't nothing to be worried about. I'm talking about Sacramento against y'all.
Not the 7-game
against
series.
y'all. What? Sacramento will take y'all. You do understand that, right? They would take y'all. I think New Orleans might take y'all personally. I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to speak it into existence. I don't want that to happen because obviously we all know where I want to be come May and June. I want to be in Southern California, and apologizing for that to anybody. But
Stop it. Stop it. You're being mean.
Stephen A. Smith is incredibly entertaining to me. I have to admit it. He's just whereas Skip Bayless is not.
He's annoying.
Skip Bayless sucks. And I hate it. And I hate him, not personally. I don't know him, but because he's had a phenomenally successful career off of trolling.
Yeah.
Just dumb, trolling, stupid behavior. Stephen A. at least does his research. I don't always agree with him. In fact,
Have you seen what Skip Bayless's show has been averaging viewer-wise?
Did you see who he's teaming up with?
No.
Guess who's joining Skip Bayless?
Oh, God, no.
Let's put it this way.
What was the answer to the first question? Terrible numbers?
Oh, terrible numbers.
Okay.
50,000.
Like,
oh, wow.
Like, we're probly right there in audience with him. Like,
what are you saying?
Saying like our audience is great.
We're just as bad as Skip Bayless.
Who's he teaming with?
Paul Pierce. Paul.
Does that do anything for you?
I mean, okay.
What's next?
What is next? Here's Malik Monk. Let's get back to the conversation in case you missed it. The Kings last year had a better road record than a home record. They're struggling at home again. They've lost 3 of 4 at home to bad or mostly average teams. And then they're beating good teams, rinse, repeat, whatever. We're just having an open conversation as to why. Here's Malik Monk. I believe this is after the Spurs game on something that's happened a couple times this year. Fans booing.
Yeah, like it bothers me, but it gives me a little bit more energy when I step in the court.
Do you feel like it does the same to your team as well?
I don't know about these guys. They're a little weird. No, I just play. I think it boosts them up too, man. Because we all just feed on each other. So if somebody's down or if somebody's rolling, I think we all just follow each other. So yeah, man, we feed off of that.
Okay, so we talked earlier, Jason, about Malik Monk and how much we love his no filter.
Yeah.
Okay, and the fact that he's kind of the emotional barometer of this team. I just want to play the first part of this clip again.
Yeah, like it bothers me, but it gives me a little bit more energy when I step in the court.
Do you feel like it does?
I'm going to throw out a couple of statements here. We're doing a thought exercise. I would invite anybody to push back on me if they wish. I would just only ask, let's leave emotion out of the equation. Give me a logic reason as to why what I'm about to say is wrong. Based on what Malik Monk said, did he, I would think inadvertently, open up a key as to perhaps why it's a little different? Jason, building off your analogy of when you're driving, you're far more focused when it's a 10.
Yeah.
When there's weather, when there's potholes versus a smooth road where maybe you kind of nod
One
off.
hand on the wheel, eating a sandwich, whatever you're doing.
So I will submit the following two statements, and I want anybody to feel free to push back on me. Statement number one. If you picked up this exact same roster and team, and in this silly world I'm about to build here, you kept the exact same schedule they've had all year long, but they were the Philadelphia Kings or the New York Kings or the Boston Kings, they'd have 5 to 6 more wins this year. And I submit that based on what Malik said in your analogy and simply say, maybe they're too comfortable here. Maybe we're too, when I say soft as a fan base, I'm not saying that as a negative. I'm saying that we have often and always taken pride as a fan base in loving our team thick and thin, in treating them like family, in embracing them as literal like kings. You see one in Bel Air, and we are not Philly. We are not Boston. Right. We are not these teams or towns. And the media is the same way. And I'm in it. Yeah. You're in it. This isn't calling out any media members. I'm saying generally players and their dealings with the media in Sacramento is more pleasurable than dealing with media in Philly or Boston or New York or some of these other markets. So I would submit the following. Is it possible Malik Monk just said the booing motivates them? It gets in their heads. It pisses them off. And we love it when they're pissed off, when they're emotional like that. They play better. And on top of that, if the media starts, if we say, you know what, screw it. Let's ask more. Let's question this. Let's question that. Let's call this out. Let's call that out. Let's ask the uncomfortable questions. In a weird, strange way, is it possible that we could help these guys win some of these ball games and make that home court advantage?
Possibly. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we all say we like angry De'Aaron Fox the most, right?
Yes.
When something happens, usually it's an official, maybe it's another player. What game was it recently that really – when Malik Monk got pushed by Gobert in Minnesota. Yes. I don't know. That flipped some switch for him where he went absolutely nuts in the second half of that game. You would like to say you don't want it to come to that, but I know this, Dave. Literally, if I were to – like you're going tonight. If I was able to be a fan, take the headset off and be a fan, I couldn't wait to yell Murray. I couldn't wait.
Same.
I mean, I'm listening to it. I was like, oh, that's fun. It just feels fun.
Same.
Okay, I want to be a part of it. But, we're on the broadcast. You don't. But we like elements like that here. That's part of the charm.
Yes.
I'm not saying a curse, but maybe, just maybe some part of it shouldn't be. And I would say this, when it's going well, there's probably nothing better.
Nothing better.
Like if they're rolling here and be like, if they're playing great tonight and it's a good game and it's intense and that building is, it's fun. It's great.
Jason, there was I want to say it was Brendan Nunez. I'm almost positive posted on Twitter after the Spurs game. He was taking video with his phone. Is that am I okay?
Of like the last couple of moments.
Last couple of moments in the Spurs game.
The Malik 3 and then the Sabonis steal.
Exactly. And and I will. It was almost like it was almost like the Kevin Huerter 3 against the Jazz, except you're dealing with that. You're dealing with a camera phone speaker, but it was absolutely insane, the crowd noise. And I remember thinking, dude, this is against the San Antonio Spurs at home, one of the absolute worst teams in the NBA. And the crowd is absolutely going insane.
Yes.
To the point where you couldn't hear. Here we go. Here it is. And this is probably not going to sound great, but you'll get the point. This is just listen to the crowd noise in the final 30 seconds of the Spurs matchup. All right. Okay, miss. Kings rebound. Malik Monk. Bats out, corner 3. All right, the Domas steal is going to come up here in a second. Crossing half court are the Spurs, guarded by Keon Ellis. Screen set, steal.
It's giving me goosebumps again. That's so good.
Goosebumps. Yeah. There's no louder gym in the NBA than that. So then I guess the tough question, if we all want the same thing, if it's from a place of love, we all can agree on this. We may have different ideas, but we all want the Sacramento Kings to win their basketball games. So do the players.
Yes.
I'm not saying take anything away from that. That needs to stay, of course. But can we help as a fan base by holding these people, holding the players, holding the team more accountable vocally? Can we help as media by holding the team more accountable and keeping that stuff front and center and keeping it on the table and keeping it in everyone's heads? And is this team, as much as we want them to be happy 100% because we love them, is this team better when they're angry? You won't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, maybe some elements are, right. And I will say as a compliment to the team,
yes,
for the most part in this, what have they been? We basically said in the calendar year, they're roughly 500. So when they have that bad loss that we're all coming and going, what's with these guys? Mm-hmm. They generally bounce back.
Yes,
so if that's their internal frustration, that internal anger, the team anger, they've done it. But now I would say if you look individually, we like angry De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
Obviously Malik says he's motivated by it. Sabonis, we've kind of never quite like.
He says he tries to kind of blow it off, tune it out, but they hear it.
Yeah. And I don't think it's an effort boo is and look, I'm not the one booing, but I feel like it's an expectation boo, if that makes sense, where it's, hey, you're playing a team at home that you think you should beat, the fans think you should beat, and you're losing. Or maybe you've blown a big lead. The one that, if shots aren't falling and you kind of hear, you kind of feel a little bit of tense in like when they miss free throws.
Yes.
It's not a boo. It's like,
yes.
And there's just a discomfort.
It's a morbid anticipation.
I feel like that's happening a little bit with maybe Huerter. So, and I don't know that. I don't know. This is my own personal. I don't know that if he hears, like, if that's going to help. I think he's just going to keep going until it gets better.
I think it's already in his head. Yeah.
So I don't know the answer to what you're asking, but I think maybe for some.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they get there naturally to fix it themselves.
Here's Devin Vassell missing that shot. We'll go to break. Inbounds play. Spurs in. Corner. Off Vassell, jumper. Put back. No good. That's just the best fans in the world. And I know those fans would do anything they could to help this team. It's such a weird conversation. Could we Could we help the team by being meaner to them and boo? God, it's just a weird conversation. The run's just getting started, hopefully, here, though. Sactown Sports teaming up, as always, with the Sacramento Kings for your chance to see the Bean team in action. This is next Monday, Memphis Grizzlies, March 18th. And all you got to do to qualify is text today's keyword for your qualifying entry to score this coveted pair of Sacramento Kings tickets. Jason Ross.
Yes.
You text it to 916-339-1140. Today's keyword is roar. 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 As in feel the.
Yes.
Roar.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to spell it for people, by the way?
Sure.
Okay. ROAR. Now, many of you might be saying something like, we know how to spell roar, but there was like 10 people that misspelled ball the other day. There was a couple of BAWLs there too, which, yeah, that's the ball we're talking. I just want you to win.
I think one day we should do the text word to be there.
That would actually be awesome.
But even if you explained which there it was,
right?
Just say there.
Just
leave
give
it out there.
We got to talk to Simone. We have 5 days. That actually be kind of fun. Have 5 days of like, today's keyword is anti-disestablishmentarianism. Just have like all the worst words ever.
Antetokounmpo.
Oh my God! Seriously, Antetokounmpo. We'll take a break.
So tonight, to punish him, if Mo goes Keegan and then just no.
Boo!
Wow. Or Keegan.
No, because the way Keegan's been shooting, I don't think we have to worry about that.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Wow!
See,
over the line.
No, he's just trying to get him motivated.
Trying to get Keegan and get that 40 spot tonight.
Yes.
We just go and just start hating on the team for the rest of the year. We're doing it because we care. Free agency day, tons of moves, including your cousin becoming a Falcon. We'll talk about that. Next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install the new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia during their spring event and save big on your favorite models. You can even buy with zero down on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
There's a 100% chance at some point on Twitter today I'm going to see Carmichael Dave was saying earlier we should boo the team. We boo because we care, Jason Ross.
Why you care?
Why you care? Hey, why you care? Ashley.
Hello.
Hi.
So I was wanting to kind of talk and touch on what you guys were talking earlier about the hypothetical of, like, if we were in Philadelphia and, like, also just kind of needing to be a little tougher on the Kings. And it's actually funny because I was talking with some people in a Kings chat I'm in during the last game, almost joking, kind of saying that we needed to boo a little bit more because Malik said it got him going.
Right.
And so, like, I kind of like that take that you were talking about, and like I almost feel like I'm part of the boost, not necessarily in the last game or anything, but going back to the January game where we lost at home to New Orleans, and I feel like part of it is just we've already got our butts handed to us by these teams several times during the course of the season, and we did a lot better in terms of like being more competitive with Houston, but like I do think that we need to be a little bit tougher on this team in terms of like when we're having games like that, to let them know and see if they respond and see if they come out with that energy that we expect.
I appreciate it, Ashley, and now I'm getting a little scared. Like,
hey, you got the Sabonis chant going.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get the fans booing.
I want to go out to tonight's game.
And people are going to be looking at you like, Dave, start the booing.
The intros, Mo's introing everybody. They're just...
Boy, I've never seen Dave this upset. It's only 2-0 Milwaukee.
Can we get the Kings to help out? Maybe like if the other team, here's the rule. Anytime a visiting team goes on a 10-0 or more run, or a team under 500 takes like go-ahead basket in the fourth quarter, is it unprecedented to have the home team put boo on the scoreboard? Just help us out.
Now, all of a sudden,
Montesa boo!
100% chance someone's going to be like, Dave says boo the team to help them. What a stupid hey, man, look, we always say as fans, we do anything. And we're just trying to figure out why they're not as good at home the last couple of years as they are on the road. And then Malik says the booing gets them going. And we know that when they're angry, they're better. So we're just trying to follow the logic through, even though it sounds weird.
Yeah. I
admit it sounds weird. I've never booed this team in my life. Not once. I mean, maybe at home. I have booed this team at home. I will admit.
Your home.
I haven't. Yeah, you're right.
Boo
Sorry.
From your home?
Okay, I don't boo, but I have.
You've been disgusted,
I have said some horrible things about this team from my couch.
Would you be comfortable enough to say it to them in their face?
Nope. I wouldn't be comfortable enough to say it on the radio.
Oh.
In fact, I couldn't. But yes, I've probably at times questioned.
But you don't boo.
A lot of things about this team.
Yeah.
And in moments of weakness, I've said some horrible things. And then I say, I've also apologized to this team from my couch too. Yes, Melissa would vouch for that. Wow. Where I'm like, okay, sorry, didn't mean what I said.
My bad.
What was it? Oh, it was after the Milwaukee. I remember. I can't say
the last time they played Milwaukee?
When they played Milwaukee in Milwaukee and Damian Lillard. No, when Lillard hit that shot, I said the worst thing I've ever said about any sports team from my couch in front of my wife and kids, and then immediately there was no swearing either. That's how bad it was. I didn't swear. I just said something that just flowed right out of my mouth.
Wow.
Emotional.
And you worry about what they watch on TV.
Yeah, it was like one of those kids that was daddy losing his temper, and I did it on purpose to show you how embarrassing it is when you lose your temper. So don't ever do it.
Lesson time, kids.
I didn't mean what I said. I was doing it as a lesson.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It was yes, kids, it was a bit. All right, let's catch you up on not all, but a lot of the free agency going on right now in the world of the Neffel. Kirk Cousins, he's a Falcon.
Getting paid.
Yes.
Cash grab.
Yes.
Your booty out there, brother.
Good for him. 90 million guaranteed, 100+ million overall. Aaron Jones, talk about a merry-go-round here. It's like musical chairs. Aaron Jones, Packers running back, displaced by Josh Jacobs, who was the Raiders running back that signed with the Packers, has now signed with the Vikings.
Yes.
So now you have a little something come up there. So now you have Sam Darnold and Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Moving on up.
To the north side.
Yeah, something like that.
What'd you think of the Raiders signing of Gardner Minshew?
I think that if the Raiders quarterback room includes Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, I think that's fantastic. if they're the backups.
So they don't have a starter. Just a Brit. Like, who else did that move? Like the Patriots got back Brissett.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett.
So are these teams kind of doing that and then going to draft a QB? Or
that's what I'm saying. And that's what it seems like with New England.
A bridge or a safety net.
Yeah, the word out of Boston is that Brissett, great locker room guy, familiar with the system. Fans love him. Locker room loves him. And that points to them drafting a quarterback and having guys like Brissett help to kind of bridge and bring him along. Yeah. And I don't know if that's the case with the Raiders, if they're going to go quarterback but I can tell you right now, if Aiden O'Connell and or Gardner Minshew are your starting quarterbacks next year, you might as well just get used to being below 500. Like, the season's already over.
Yeah, well, and what's weird about all of this, so you just mentioned Cousins to the Falcons. We didn't mention in this segment, but yesterday, Wilson to the Steelers and Minshew to the Raiders. Those were the three teams most commonly talked about for Justin Fields.
That's exactly right. And that I don't think in any way, shape, or form that precludes Justin Fields going to the Raiders either. If Minshew's your backup and AOC is your backup, I don't know that that's the right move. But honestly, we talked about this yesterday. When you're a team like the Raiders and you're struggling, you're trying to get somewhere. I don't know if Justin Fields is the answer, but I know the Chicago Bears are terrible, and it's really difficult to judge the guy based on not only the Bears personnel, but Matt Eberflus and the whatever the hell they call that coaching staff.
Yeah.
Who was their offensive coordinator? There's got another job too.
He went with someone else. Didn't he go to the Raiders?
Oh God, he did go to the Raiders, didn't he? Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
The quarterbacks are on the move again. We mentioned Mac Jones yesterday. That was a weird trade, but
I just don't know. Look, AOC, and no disrespect, guys, but AOC and Gardner Minshew aren't the answers. Sorry.
So let me ask it this way then. I know you're excited and you're rooting for a guy like Sam Darnold. How is he different
than Minshew?
Yeah.
Because I think he's talented.
Okay.
I don't think Minshew's
but he hasn't really proven that, has he?
No, he hasn't.
I mean, he was drafted high.
I fully admit that I may have Jeff George disease with Sam Darnold. I may.
But you think the Vikings are starting him?
I think the Vikings are starting him. Yeah. And I pause only because I'm not trying to waffle, but there's still so much out there.
Yeah.
And for all who knows, maybe Justin Fields is going to start for the Vikings next year. And a deal, I don't know. Yeah. I'm rooting for Sam. It's not that I'm rooting against Gardner Minshew. He's a cool guy. He seems like a great, same with AOC.
Yeah.
When Minshew first came in the league, I don't know what, Wazoo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw like, well, there might be something here. And he reminds me kind of like a poor man's Ryan Fitzpatrick, a guy that's never going to be, over the top Pro Bowl guy, but somebody that players love playing with and the fans can get behind him. I'd love for Gardner Minshew to come into Vegas and prove everybody wrong. I just wouldn't bet on it. I also wouldn't bet on Darnold either, but I think there's more talent there at the base.
And then one other thing back to Fields. So all these chess pieces that have moved, it shouldn't matter for them, but now does it mean, is there more value for a guy like Caleb? Like, could they now move? I don't know what their plan is. I think they've got still choices here.
I think this next month is going to be incredibly insane. That's why we love the NFL, man. Yeah. We will take a break. Look, when we come back, let's move on. More free agency as well, running backs, et cetera, et cetera. And Niner fans, how's the NFC look now compared to a couple of days ago, too? We'll get to who's hot, who's not after that. Imran Pilati is going to come in and talk cards with us at 9:30 as well. By the way, one note, while I was gone, Pat and Tom, Hall of Famers and all that, we've talked about that. They're the third Hall of Famers to work at the station, be on the air, or work in this cluster. There's another Hall of Famer that's on the air.
There's a couple more.
Is there two? I know Sepp is. Who's the one I'm not thinking of?
Oh, I thought you weren't thinking of Sepp.
No, Sepp. You said there's a couple. Oh, because you thought I was not thinking of Sepp. Yeah, Sepp Hendrickson. He's a Hall of Famer. It says so in the thing.
Yeah.
Which A-Mark?
Did you say a couple more?
Well, no, he said a couple. I said there's one more.
Oh, there's another. Isn't G-Man in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, but he doesn't have a show. Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about okay, I get your point. I guess you could argue G-Man 6 months out of the year is on as much as Sepp is.
So. Well, we used to have Jim Rome. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He would always follow us.
Yeah. But he'd always come in the studio and be like, it's dirty.
Clones.
When we come back clean. Free agency day continues. We'll talk about it next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? You were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy the height of hospitality, whether you're craving an upscale steakhouse, authentic Chinese hot pot and dim sum, or having a refreshing beverage while watching the game. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Right now, Maida Chevy saves you $8,000 off MSRP on new 2024 half-ton Silverado LT Crew Cab 4-wheel drives after rebate. It's a Maida Chevy exclusive.
See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/24.
See all the savings at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by California Army National Guard, Naturewood Home Furnishings, and RVs of Sacramento.
I just can't control my feet.
Coming to the venue at Thunder Valley, March 30th. World One presents The Jacksons with Sister Sledge. Tickets available now at the Thunder Valley box office, Ticketmaster.com, and World1Presents.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda.
As the call at 7. Hopefully they'll come out on fire, Chris.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And we'll have that coming up here in a few moments in our 3 in the Key, our predictions for tonight's Kings and Bucks game. You know what? I just realized too, Chris, it's Tuesday. So Dave got stuck talking to some people downstairs, huh? That always happens on Tuesdays.
Or is he stuck?
He could be stuck too. Let me make sure he didn't text and say he's stuck. Forgot a key or something. No. Who knows? We were talking about NFL and free agency, really looking at the quarterback moves that had happened in day one. Some big splashes around the NFL. The biggest name was Kirk Cousins moving from the Vikings to the Atlanta Falcons, but we got to talk about some running back moves as well. Did you get you have breaking news, something?
I do. That's why I was waiting to walk in here.
Okay.
Ian Rappaport was just on the phone with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Bengals were releasing Joe Mixon because Zach Moss signed there. They're now trading him to the Texans.
Okay.
So Zach Moss signs in Cincy. Mixon goes to Houston. So Mixon goes from Joe Burrow to CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Big moves.
Yeah. And the running backs keep a market that, again, seems to be devalued, but they're moving around. We mentioned Josh Jacobs earlier. Titans got Tony Pollard and Saquon Barkley leaving the Giants, going to the Eagles.
Yeah. How do we feel about it when a long time, look, he didn't play as long for the Giants as Tiki Barber, for example. But how do we feel about that? Like, should we hold players accountable when they go to division rivals? Or is it like, no, dude, you didn't sign him, so that's your problem. He's trying to get paid, feed his family.
Yeah, it's just weird because you'll play that other team twice. But, yeah, I mean, you don't have to choose amongst it. I mean, yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
So there's no doubt, though, then that, again, when we're talking about fan bases, like Saquon Barkley is getting roundly booed when he returns to New York.
I'm sure
to play the Giants. I would think.
Yeah, I would think so too. Because he didn't guide them to a Super Bowl. There was probably more. I mean, he was injured a couple different times. I wouldn't even say necessarily underachieving, but when he was drafted as high as he was, you think that's the kind of guy that's going to help you lead you to places that the Giants just never got to.
I'm also trying to figure out what this beef is between Saquon Barkley and
seems silly.
Yeah, like come on. And I don't think what Tiki Barber said, quote, "You're dead to us, Saquon, good luck, you're dead to me." But if you look at the clip, like he's kind of got a smile on his face.
But he always has a smile on his face.
That is true. And he has a very nice, let's be honest, Tiki Barber's smile lights up the room. Look, if you don't want him to go to the Eagles, sign him.
Right.
Sign him. You had him. Sign him. Why am I talking like this?
I
don't know either. The NFL is year round. It's fantastic. There's so much going on right now. And then we look at the San Francisco 49ers, who are just kind of like, well, Eric Armstead, bye-bye, which...
Who else did they lose yesterday? Someone else from the Kinlaw, right?
Huh?
Did they lose Kinlaw?
No, Cleveland Ferrell signed with the Commanders.
Okay.
That was a couple hours ago. Oh, did they lose Kinlaw?
I thought they did.
But they did bring in Leonard Floyd. And that's interesting because I wonder if Leonard Floyd is basically your Chase Young replacement.
Mm-hmm.
2-year, $20 million. Floyd had signed with the Bills on a 1-year deal last year. He started 16 games in the regular season, ending the season, tying his high for 10.5 sacks. That's the most a Bills player had since Lorenzo Alexander in 12.5. And I love what Floyd said when he cleaned out his locker room in Buffalo. Like, we need more players. We need more players to say this. Speaking of guys like Monk, who just say it as it is, this is a quote. "For me, I'm always going where the money is. Play for another team, but I'd rather be here. But it is what it is. It's a business. I'm going to go wherever my agent feels like we get the most money from."
Chase it. Go get it.
Go for it.
Limited shelf life to do it.
31 years old, number 9 pick in 2016 from the Bears. So, look, that's a strong move for the 49ers.
Yeah.
And they seem to be kind of, they're a veteran team.
Mm-hmm.
I did kind of hold out hope that they'd be able, and maybe they still could somehow get Joey Bosa if he's released. I think a Bosa line would be hilarious. But you're gonna have to do something about the whole Eric Armstead thing. But if I can say this, Jason, about Eric, it's like when we talk about Kevin Herter, it's tough because we love Eric Armstead. If I'm trying to be a contrarian here, if I'm trying to defend the 49ers, I think I'd probably say he's played in 21 regular season games over the last 2 years. He had 12 last year, 9 the year before. He did make a lot of money, and he'll be 31 in November.
Yeah, I mean, and like you don't want to just. He was a really good 49er. He was big in big games.
Yes.
He was good for them.
Great in the Super Bowl.
And it's not like they, by all accounts, didn't try to make it work out. If you can't get to the financial numbers that Armstead was looking for, that's his right as a free agent to go look elsewhere.
And I understand the whole thing.
Good business.
It's like what we talked about yesterday is, look, man, they signed him to the deal, and he doesn't owe them anything as far as re-signing or readjusting his deal, taking less money. He doesn't owe them that. If they don't want to stick to the deal, he has every single right to go somewhere else. I wish it could have worked out here. I still hold out hope that who knows, maybe there's, I don't know. I don't claim to fully understand everything that works with the way the cap is. But maybe there's a change of heart. It'd be weird. I want to see Eric Armstead in a Titans jersey or whatever.
Right. That will be a weird one.
Will be a weird one. Yeah. Plus, him being in the same time zone, being right next to Sacramento.
Yeah.
We can all hang out after the show.
That's right.
Go to sushi.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot and who's not. Also, we'll get to 3 in the key for tonight's Kings Bucks. I've already got my random stat, by the way, okay, if you were listening earlier. And, I'll be at the game tonight. Otherwise, I'd probably get right in front of the TV. And ahead of tomorrow even, I'd grab myself a nice big sack of wings from my good friends over at Fire Wings. Nothing goes better with sports than wings. And in Fire Wings' case, they're locally owned, they're locally operated. They're good folks. We enjoy supporting them. And even if they weren't, the wings are so good, dude. 21 different flavors to choose from. As I always say, bread and Malaysian curry is my jam. But I've been known to have a peanut butter wing, which has won awards. I've been known to eat a Jamaican jerk, a Saigon street. And this just in. They're regular, buffalo wings, buffalo flavored wing. Well, like, you know what I'm saying? Not like flavored like buffalo, but, the buffalo sauce. They're fantastic too. They are the best wings I have ever had at any restaurant whatsoever. It's the perfect, fast, casual dining environment for you. And you know what? You can order right now for lunch, for dinner, for snack. Go to firewings.com, find the location near you, place your order, place the time you want to pick them up. Make sure you bring the card in that you used to make that order with. Just show it to them at the takeout window, and boom, you're good to go. Fire Wings. Just wing it. Who's hot, who's not? 3 in the key. Yep.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He stopped the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
With Bar
RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet arch support can be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints of the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
Ever since we got Xfinity, we have Wi-Fi all over the house, even in my hiding spots.
Ha! Found you.
How?
That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Now through March 21st, get started with 200 megabit internet for $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract and get Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless bill and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and Wi-Fi equipment. Actual speeds vary.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Is hot.
Phoenix Suns Big Three.
Boo.
Remember them?
Yeah.
The Suns 117 to 111 win over the Cavs yesterday. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal combined for 88 points, 19 rebounds, and 17 assists.
Yeah, they could be a problem. The West playoffs are going to be a blast. I hope I just want everyone to be healthy, please. I want to see how those three do in the playoffs. I want to see Kawhi and Paul George and the other guy I'm forgetting with the Clippers.
James Harden.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to see how they do. It's just a slaughterhouse in the West, man.
We're gonna go nuts in there.
Here's my question. Let's say the top 8 remain as they are. You can't pick the Kings. Who are you rooting for out of the West to win the title? Let me write it down because
rooting for.
Yeah, like you gotta adopt. You gotta adopt a team. And you're like, you know what? I think it'd be cool if they won it. And bonus points if there's like any form of legit chance for them to win it. But they got to be currently in the playoff, like in the playoff picture.
Mine's not going to be a sexy one, so yours is. I know who yours is.
You do?
Yeah.
Is
it? Can I get away with it with 3 letters?
And you know who mine is.
Oh, I think I know who you think it is,
Oh,
and
it's
that's
not them?
that's my second choice. Yes, I would love to see them do it, but there's another team that I actually.
Oh, is it a city you like?
It is a city I like.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the New Orleans
Pelicans.
Pelicans. But you're right.
I thought you would have said OKC. That was your adopted team. I thought.
They all. I think the thing is with OKC is like, again, I think the only thing that's standing in the way of Oklahoma City winning at least one, if not more, titles over the next 10 years is their market and the cap.
Mm-hmm.
if they have every advantage and if the playing field was truly level, and the new cap rules have helped that a little bit, so that might give them hope. But if they were truly level with LA, with Golden State, with wherever, sign me up for at least 2 titles in the next decade for that team, health permitting, of course.
Okay.
The Pelicans, I've just always had a soft spot, A, for the city, and B, I think it's a well put together team. Like, I like the way they play. I like how physical they are. Like, I enjoy watching the Pelicans play basketball. I do not enjoy watching Philadelphia play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I do not enjoy watching Dallas play basketball. There's teams out there that I just don't enjoy. I very much enjoy the Pelicans playing.
In a weird sort of way for me as a Kings fan, like if the Pelicans, Thunder, or Timberwolves won, I'd be bothered. In a weird way, because I feel like that should be the Kings.
Because it'd be like, I don't know, like you all go to like some crappy elementary school and like one of you makes it and you're like happy for them.
And they made it.
But then it also reminds you of like, well, if they made it, I could make it. And I'm just a loser.
Right. Yeah. Whereas like if the team I'm thinking of is Denver, just repeating, just because I like Michael Malone. It's like, well, like that's kind of expected and believe like, the timeline for the Clippers and Lakers and Warriors would be hurt some more. And so I think that could do some damage. But if those other young teams got in there and did it, I don't know. I wouldn't like that.
All right. So we can all agree we don't care. We don't want the Warriors to win it. We don't want the Lakers to win it. The Mavericks are stupid. The Nuggets, fine, but they already won one. Here's one that's interesting. Instinctively, I don't want them to win it. But then also part of me is like, why? About the Clippers.
Right.
And I only ask, the only caveat as to why it's making me think is because they're like the Nets of the West. Like they're just perennially crap. And yes, that's changed. You had the Blake Griffin, Lob City years and all that. But they've never even made the Western Conference Finals. Like as Kings fans, I feel like instinctively, because we root for the underdog, because we're the underdog, we root for that. But then it's like, they're also the LA Clippers.
Yeah, I don't feel like they're the underdog.
But I'll throw one other reason why the Clippers winning could kind of be cool from a Kings perspective, because it will absolutely annihilate and piss off Laker fans. Like, there's got to be something for that, right? Yeah. Like, Laker fan be like, Clippers own LA now. Could the Clippers ever own LA?
No.
Like, ever?
Yeah.
Like, what if the Clippers go on a Warriors-like run and they have the new stadium? No?
Like, I don't know. I mean, we're not in New York, but the Knicks haven't really been that big of a deal for so long. True. And the Nets have added and made the finals, and doesn't seem like it is to me.
Not to be morbid, but I'm going to be like, but is there something to like the older crowd dying off, making it easier for the Nets to?
That's probably, it'd have to take generations.
Yeah,
probably.
It'd have to be a generational thing. All right, 3 in the key.
He wants to kill.
Didn't want to know who's fans. Not. Probably a good idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought my apologies. We got going. Who is not hot, Chris?
Hope they're listening. The Sacramento Kings.
Oh, yeah, get them going, Chris.
They currently have the longest active losing streak against a single NBA opponent, the Milwaukee Bucks. Last time they won against the Bucks was February of 2016 when they won 111-104, and Rudy Gay led the game in scoring with 32 points.
That actually would have been a fun trivia question. Who led the game in scoring for the Kings? That's the longest losing streak of any NBA team to any NBA opponent, and the Kings hold it.
Yep.
Oh God, I just realized something. Like I feel like there's going to be a win tonight, but here's the one thing: what if that streak needs to hit 16, like the playoff streak?
That's what you thought of.
That's
every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
It's true. Before we get to 3 in the key, I can tell you it has changed since this morning. All right. Our daily game that we play on game day, Bucks Kings. Kings hosting Milwaukee, which means the good life in Algonquin. I don't know if you do that.
And they're the only major city to have 3 socialist mayors.
That too, Chris.
Doing the same movie.
Yes.
I just completely forgot about that. Have they not had one since that movie? I mean, decent chance they have.
They have not.
They have not. Okay. You've been checking?
Yeah. I've been checking.
All right.
Chris votes in Milwaukee.
Who is favored And by how much, gentlemen? Chris, I believe you went first last time over the weekend on Friday. Jason Ross.
Bucks by 2.5.
Ugh.
Bucks by 3.5.
I will tell you that one of you was exactly correct this morning.
Oh.
And now both of you are wrong. Milwaukee favored by 1.5. It was 2.5 at the open this morning when I saw it. So, Jason, you were right, but we asked the question a little too late for you to be right. Milwaukee favored by 1.5 in Sacramento. I honestly wonder, we need to get a go-to bookie that we can bring on. I truly wonder.
I got a guy.
I don't know. Beat the Baby didn't make a good.
That's true. I thought Beat the Baby was great radio.
It was fantastic. The bookie, on the other hand.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. What Chris is referencing, everybody, is once upon a time when my children, I don't know if I did it with Mason, maybe a couple times, but when Avery was like 3-4 years old, we did a segment on the show called Beat the Baby. It's a funny name, but no, nobody was beating my child. Beat the Baby in the sense that Avery would pick football games. And then we'd have contests to see if you could beat her picks. And if I'm remembering this right, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong as I tell the story. This is on the night show, and somebody sold something, and there was a bookie that came on, and the deal was he had a weekend show, one of those shows you pay for, like an infomercial, and he would come on once a week.
Call me now. I got all your picks, including Monday Night Football.
One of those. And back then, I had absolutely no sway. Like, anytime anyone spent any money on the night show, you had to deal with it. So I was told, you have to have this guy on, ask him the picks, and then, say, hey, give him the whole, hey, what's going on in the world or whatever. And then he'd do the whole, well, right now I've got 3 guaranteed picks on my live recorded line. Just give me a call. And then, of course, listeners weeks later be like, dude, I called that guy once and now he won't stop. It's one of those, right? So anyways, the whole deal I decided to do was, okay, we'll have this guy on, but we're going to put his picks up against Avery's, and we'll do it against the spread. And Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like Avery was something like 15-5, and this dude was like 8 and something.
Yeah, just curb stomping him.
She was curb racing him, boat stomping him, bat flapping him,
dog flapping
him. And I guess dude got wind of it and called the rep, and it might have been Scott Marsh was like, yeah, I'm canceling. And we never.
You're making me look bad.
You canceled Avery?
Well, yeah. I mean, he wanted. Hey, what is this kid?
He wanted to beat the baby.
He wanted to. Let me have a talk with this kid. And Avery absolutely curb stomped this bookie, my 4-year-old daughter, who just basically, I'd be like, do you want to take the Panthers or the Lions? And she'd be like, I want the Lions, roar. And then we'd put the Lions. She just wanted the name that sounded cool.
Right.
She basically picked the mascots, and she just beat the hell out of this dude. So we will take a break. Sorry. When we come back, we'll hit 3 in the key. We'll preview the Kings and Bucks. Why do they have so much trouble with Milwaukee? We'll answer that question, of course, next on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
The Kings had their hearts ripped out in Milwaukee, and now they go for revenge.
Forces the shot. It's no good. Rebound. Track down. Malik Monk has it. Races up the floor. Is he going to drive it? He pulls up with the elbow. Circles back out. Steps into a 3. He scores the triple. Game tied at 129.
It's the Kings and Bucks tonight at Golden One Center. Tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Some people just know the best places to eat around town. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. They know exactly where to go to get exactly what you're wanting. They know where to find the spiciest hot pot, the gooeyest brownies, and the tenderest, most flavorful portobello steak. Those people also know that safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and vary based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with my Lowe's rewards, your savings just keep coming. Save money with member-only offers and earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards just for you, because Lowe's knows you earned it, literally. Learn more about our new loyalty program at lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See lowes.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive asks, what do a slow Friday night, bored teenage boys,
I'm bored.
a pack of fireworks,
This is gonna be awesome.
and a teetering branch suspended over your car have in common?
Look out!
They can quickly wreak havoc on your slow Friday night.
Uh-oh.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by California Army National Guard, Nature Wood Home Furnishings, and RVs of Sacramento.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
We got to get to 3 in the key. We got to get to this Kings Bucks preview. But I remembered something that happened while I was out sick, and I wanted to run it by you guys. This is an ethics question. Now, as somebody
business ethics,
sports ethics, but close. But yes, also very scary question for that character in that movie too. I just wanted you to know I got the reference. That was Josh Lyman before he was Josh Lyman, the lovely and talented Bradley Whitford. We were talking about the Beat the Baby segment, and I think that's what gave me reminded me of this. And the question here is, in sports, is it okay to drag a kid? And here's what I'm talking about. This happened, again, I think it was last week. Okay. I have thoughts. First, let me take away the question here. It's never okay to drag a kid. All right. But I think you can talk about the performance. Now, I have nothing against Kid, and this is beautiful little girl. She's dressed in this flag dress and a little tiara, and she's singing her heart out. But you gotta wonder what the mom and the dad putting her in that position there, because now this poor child has gone viral and people are dragging her performance, right? It's like, bro, she's 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, probably not 10. You're putting her in that situation. Jason, have you ever sung the national anthem?
No,
I haven't either. Chris?
No.
Okay, because I was like, I don't think so, but that would be something where you're like, well, actually, once in El Paso,
maybe. I'm trying to remember if I was in choir as a kid, so I'm.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. You almost got a spit take from Jason. No, quiet group singing doesn't count. Yes, no. This poor, I've never done it, but we've all been on the floor for a national anthem, and I can't imagine the pressure as an adult of singing. Like, you got to stay on key. You got to remember the words. Your heart is beating out of your skull. Like, maybe if you've done it 50 times, it's different, but I'm just saying, like, you're freaked out. I'm talking about adults. This child is up there. Now, look, I think it's okay between us. I didn't enjoy the national anthem.
Boo!
But, like, also, you can't drag a little kid who's trying their best.
Yeah, social media really gets that.
You can blame the parents, and you could blame the people setting that up.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing.
They practice, they audition.
Yes. Chris, you skipped to the end, but I'm okay with it because we got to move on, but you're 100% right. I don't even know if I can blame the parents.
This is a favor.
Here's why I'm worried. I'm not positive about blaming the parents. There's like a real possibility that the parents legit, like, you could put them up to a lie detector test. They think that sounds amazing. Like, you've seen it on, like, American Idol when people are like, oh, I'm a really good singer. And then they get up there and they sing.
I agree. She's got way too much self-confidence.
and like, Simon will be like, are you hearing yourself?
Yeah.
You sound horrible. And they're legitimately shocked. Like, what are you talking about? Everybody says I sound great. There's a chance that her parents actually, because they're biased for your child, like, they think she sounds great. How do to me, like, honestly, the arena people, 1 week suspension. Like, suspend them from their jobs. Like, how do you hear that and say, you know what? That was good, and I'm gonna put this child in this position.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna go viral, or there's a good chance, and we're gonna just completely screw with this kid, and we're gonna put that. I don't even remember where it was at.
I think it was the Pacers.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was the Pacers.
Won that trade then. My goodness.
See?
Won the trade.
Yeah.
Ugh. Poor kid. 3 in the Key, brought to you by National Anthems. National Anthems coming up this summer. We'll do our Mount Rushmore of national anthems. And as Tom Maley asked me earlier today, is one of the best questions I've seen in a while. What is your Mount Rushmore of Mount Rushmores?
Mount Rushmore.
That's number one, of course. But then we'd have to come up with 3 of the best Mount Rushmore questions we've ever had. You could be like NBA players. It could be, you can't be presidents because that's Mount Rushmore.
Is it?
Allegedly. Yeah. Anyways, that's all for the summertime when we're striving for content.
Yeah.
We're reporting on A's wins and losses. In the meantime, 3 in the Key, Kings, Bucks, Jason Ross.
All right, Dave, let's start with fourth quarter Fox versus Dame time. So we just want the fourth quarter points for Damian Lillard and for De'Aaron Fox.
Combined?
Just those two individually.
Okay. I will say 10 for Lillard, 12 for Fox.
Okay, we're very close. I have 9 for Lillard, 11 for Fox.
Then I will say 8 for Lillard, 13 for Fox.
We're all over that.
Look at that.
Dave, would you like to submit the second category today.
Oh, on the spot here.
Yeah.
Okay. In what quarter will Domantas Sabonis get his double-double, or he won't get a double-double? That you can choose that as well. And I will say he will have a double-double in the third quarter.
Just to go for it, I'll say the second.
I'll say the third.
And just because we're playing with Chris Verlot and others, let me clarify. Because technically, if Domantas Sabonis has a double-double in the second quarter, he'd also have one in the fourth. I'm saying at what quarter will he first achieve the double-double?
Yes. And then random stat, we got a preview of yours, Dave.
Yeah, my random stat is that, what's his face?
Pat Connaughton.
Pat Connaughton will have over 14 points. 14 points or more. 14 or more. Pat Connaughton averaging under 6 points this year.
Okay. I'm saying there are going to be 4 or more technical fouls in this game.
Whoa.
Chippy, brought to you by Ruffles.
Okay. Chris?
The Kings will end the streak, and they'll do it quite easily by 6 or more points.
Oh, God. Are we getting overconfident? Are we getting too comfortable?
Chris is ready to boo tonight. Get him going.
Should we get a 15 games chant going at some point at Golden One Center just to piss off the team? 15 games. Or no, it's got to be taunting. 15 games. Okay, no. It's a bad idea. Why do we have so much trouble with Milwaukee, though?
I don't know.
Is it Giannis?
Could be.
He hasn't been in the league for 15 years, which is not how long this streak has gone. He hasn't. I guess he has. God, has Giannis Antetokounmpo ever lost to the Kings? I guess he has.
He has, because we have the box score of that game that Chris referenced earlier, February 1st, 2016, the last time the Kings won.
We do.
Do you want to take a guess at there? Oh, this will be a tough trivia question for you.
Okay.
There was a member that started for the Milwaukee Bucks that ultimately became a Sacramento King. So somebody that started for the Bucks that night became a Sacramento King. I don't know if that's
Was it one of them holidays?
No.
One of them holidays. Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh, good guess, but no. It's not in the league yet.
Damn it. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. They started. Chris Middleton, still there.
Not a king.
Michael Carter-Williams.
Not a king.
Greg Monroe.
Not a king.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes, he was a king.
And Jabari Parker.
Ah, man, that is tough.
Yeah, off the bench, Jared Bayless, Rashad Vaughn. Oh, a Plumlee, Miles Plumlee.
Miles.
And Johnny O'Bryant played in that game. How about for the Kings? Care to guess the starting 5 that day?
I literally do not remember Johnny. I remember Patrick O'Brien.
Yeah, me too.
I remember Johnny O'Brien.
His brother.
You're asking who started for the Kings?
Yes. On this
Gay?
last time they went, correct. That was what Chris said. What? Rudy Gay had 32.
DeMarcus Cousins?
No.
Nope.
Francisco Garcia?
Where was DeMarcus?
Sprained ankle.
It did not dress, yeah.
Garcia?
Nope.
Tyreek Evans?
Nope.
Ben Udrih?
No.
The point guard
too
is
far.
It's funny.
Isaiah Thomas?
Nope.
He was only here for a year or two.
Oh, Rajon Rondo?
Yes.
Yes.
Well done, Chris.
It's another player that I think, yes, this will be your hint, at Golden One Center got the first crowd chant.
Oh, Yogi Ferrell?
Nope.
What? At Golden One Center got the first.
Maybe he was even at Arco too, or whatever. What? It wasn't. It was first name related, but everyone else said something else for the second thing, if that makes sense.
It was first.
So that, like when we say Keegan, his last name is Murray, or when they said Yogi, they said Farrell. They said the first name, but the second thing they said was not the last name.
The last name?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is this going to Phil Collins me?
Yeah.
Omri. Awesome.
Yes, that's what we all did.
All
right, here's the last hint. This would be played commonly by kids in the pool.
Oh, Marco Bellinelli.
Yes.
You know, you could have got me is just be like, he has blocked everybody on Twitter ever.
Easy.
Yeah, that's true.
And then a person you had on this show quite a bit was a regular. Started. You had a weekly appearance with this person.
Well, was it Ron?
Way more recent.
Oh, Jason Thompson.
Nope.
More
recent.
Told you. Wasn't Jason, wasn't Cisco, wasn't Tyreek, wasn't Dante, wasn't Kevin Herter. I'm trying to think. It is in between Kevin Herter and probably the last King I had on weekly. Who the hell did I have?
So Rudy Gay, Marco Bellinelli, Rajon Rondo started, and this is a big fella.
Not Spencer.
Nope, more recent.
Oh, Costa?
Yep. Costa Kufa started, and Willie Cauley-Stein started that day. Off the bench, Omri played, Darren Collison, Quincy Acey, and James Anderson. How did Anderson get tickets to that game?
Yeah.
Seth Curry, Ben McLemore, DeMarcus Cousins, Caron Butler did not play.
Wonder what DeMarcus must have been hurt.
Yeah.
I told you, sprained ankle.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't listening. Well, I hope that they turn that around tonight, Jason.
Yeah, and as Frankie didn't he say that yesterday? Yeah, the Bucks have never lost at Golden One Center.
That's got to be right.
Yeah.
Well, that streak's going to end tonight.
There you go.
7:00 right here on Sactown Sports. From the 209 on the message line here, we should call in and boo the show every once in a while to keep you guys on your A game. I don't disagree with that.
I disagree.
You don't like that?
I don't like that.
Yeah, that would put me in a tailspin.
I work way too hard to get booed. Gets in my head.
You don't like me angry.
What if we step our game up, though? Step your game up. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch tonight. Western Conference top 10 in action beyond your Sacramento Kings as well. Some pretty good games tonight. Imran Pilati is going to join us at 9:30 to talk CODs and supplement his weekend show that we always listen to right here on Sactown Sports. But we're back with what to watch and more next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Welcome to the March Mania sales event at Kia of Vacaville. Get ready for an extraordinary showcase of our 2024 vehicle lineup. Experience the latest in cutting-edge technology, innovative features, and the sleek Kia design that defines excellence. During March Mania, we're excited to offer unbeatable lease options on our top models. Step into the future with the all-new Kia Sportage, where captivating design meets exhilarating performance. Explore the remarkable fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid marvel that extends your journey with every mile. Discover the luxury and versatility of the Kia Telluride, seamlessly blending sophistication with practicality. Don't miss our eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, perfect for those who prioritize efficiency without compromising on style. And with the EV9 in stock, Kia of Vacaville is your destination for electric excitement. Visit us today during March Mania and take advantage of exclusive lease deals and special offers. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit the Kia of Vacaville for more details.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Less than 45 minutes left. Stiles and Watkins, celebrity birthdays, and a little crosstalk coming up later on in the program. Imran Pilati joins us through Card Sports Show, Sactown Sports, each and every weekend. I have not missed a minute of that show, by the way. I may not be able to watch it live, but I watch the replay, and he'll join us as he does each and every month too. I'm going to be very curious. Oh no, do I have the hiccups?
You do. Didn't you say you never got him on
I
air?
haven't.
And now
That
I
was-
think it's happened twice in like one hiccup.
But that was a hiccup. I've never gotten the hiccups.
Yeah, that's weird. How do you have one?
I don't know.
But you had it and it's gone.
I did, and I feel is it coming? It's like when you sneeze once.
Yeah, I'm a 3-er.
Yeah, I'm usually a 2 or a 3-er. But then you wonder, like, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm fine. I think I'm okay.
Okay.
So Imran's going to come in when I want to ask him about like Russell Wilson cards and like what do you do at this point? Yeah. If you bought a Russell Wilson card for some sort of stupid amount of money 3 years ago, right? And now it's down to like $1.84.
Yeah. Who was the other one though? Oh, Mac Jones. Mac Jones makes it like he was a rookie,
right?
Highly picked, going to New England, and then was a backup in Jacksonville.
At this point, do you just hold on to it? Like,
I guess, yeah. I mean, he'll know. He'll have the better answer to that.
Is there a cut your losses?
Did you ever say you know where your cards are, or did something happen to them?
I do know. I know where my cards are. They're in they're in my garage, and I remember going through and looking at them. And I just collected cards in the worst time.
Yeah,
like none of them were worth much of anything. Yeah, and I collect now. Had I collected basketball cards in that same time, like I'd have a bunch of Jordan rookies.
Yeah.
Like late, I started collecting in like 86.
Mm-hmm.
It was always tops, maybe some Donruss.
Yeah. The Fleer?
No, I think it was mostly maybe a couple. But then like basically 85 through 95, I had like every set, right? That was prime, whatever. But then, the other part too is that anything that was worth anything at all, like I put in a special folder. And then at some point, like I was just a broke little kid that wanted like soda. So I go sell cards down at Hawaiian Cards on California Avenue. And
where are they today?
Where are they today? Living off of my cards. Speaking of collectibles, I like playing this game with you sometimes. So there was a check sold on eBay last night, guys. The check was paid. It was a $12 check paid to Charles Furnace. Who's Charles Furnace? Furnas. He was the mechanic on the plane and the first passenger on the first flight of the Wright brothers.
Oh, wow.
The check was for $12 to this guy, signed by the Wright brothers. Okay? What do you think the check sold for? It's a check made out to the mechanic of the first flight ever. He was on the first flight ever, and it was a check for $12 signed by the Wright brothers. Jason Ross.
It sold to a dork.
Total dork.
$50,000.
$50,000.
I don't know.
Chris?
$85,000.
$85,000. I think my guess, to be fair, would have been somewhere around $100,000. The check was sold last night for $1,136.
Oh.
Gas grab. I don't understand the collectible industry. We had this conversation when they sold Lincoln's hair the other day. How does this check sell?
No, you want to clone another Lincoln.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I'll talk to Imran about this. I love cards. You give me just on the surface, forget the value. I have a choice between a Mickey Mantle rookie card, the one of the godfathers of all collectible cards, and a lock of Abraham Lincoln's hair taken from him on his deathbed at Ford Theater. I'm taking the hair. I feel like that's a cooler collectible.
A collectible, but that one is what? What do you do with that?
The hair?
Yeah,
you put it in a
somewhere in this conversation piece.
Yeah. I would. You know what I would do with it, Jason? Top of my head, I would get a big like portrait or picture of Abraham Lincoln framed, and then I'd have one of the like where they put the caption, and I'd put the hair there with a little caption underneath that. You're like our 16th president Abraham Lincoln. A lock of hair from his deathbed at Ford's Theater. Like a card it's a piece of cardboard with a dude's picture on it and some stats.
Other than that, how was the haircut?
Right. This is hair.
Yeah.
The thing I don't get is the tickets that they sell, the ticket stub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To like, okay, of the check, at least you're getting someone's autograph on it.
I'm with you on
like
that.
The ticket, you're going to buy a ticket for $50,000 to a game you never went to.
Yeah, I don't really understand the ticket market. I really don't.
But that, okay, I'm glad. What did you say? $1,000?
$1,136.
Okay. I mean, it's not crazy. I don't know. I'm not buying that. But based on some of these other things, you're like, what? That shoelace went for $83,000?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
a check signed by the Wright brothers to their mechanic for $12. I'm not saying it should be like $1 million, but This see again, we go back to the old conversation. If I was a billionaire and I had like a collectible room, that's the type of crap I'd want to buy.
Yeah.
That's what I would buy. It wouldn't be baseball cards necessarily.
Yeah.
It would be Abraham Lincoln's hair. It'd be Kurt Schilling's bloody sock. It'd be a check to the Wright brothers. Be Giannis Antetokounmpo's beard trimmings. I don't know. Just, hey, here you go.
Oh, that's not beard trimmings.
Dame's invisible watch.
Yes, the bracelet he was wearing that he pointed to when he walked off the Thunder or whoever they were.
Yes, it was.
Bucks and Kings tonight, 7 p.m. Pacers at Thunder. Yeah, go Pacers. Go Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. T-Wolves at Clippers.
What do we want in that game?
Oh, God. You know what? I'm taking a bit of a chance here. I'm rooting Clippers because I feel like the Timberwolves have a better chance of falling.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, although it's tough.
And that would be a road win, so that's a better win for them. Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, I'm going to ask Imran Pilati about this.
We can.
He's going to join us. We'll talk cards and weird collectibles. We'll do all that next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Ever since we got Xfinity, we have Wi-Fi all over the house, even in my hiding spots. Ha! Found ya. How?
That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Now through March 21st, get started with 200 megabit internet for $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract and get Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless bill and auto-pay stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and Wi-Fi equipment. Actual speeds vary.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet arch support can be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
Hey guys, do you know your T level? Revive Men's Health here in Sacramento is helping you take that first step toward better health and enhanced intimacy with a free testosterone level test, exam, and consultation. Plus, for this month only, qualified patients can kickstart their treatment with a free supply of ED medication. Revive's customized ED treatments can provide immediate results, restore blood flow naturally, and even bring spontaneity back into your love life. With both in-person and telemedicine appointments available, plus free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Having an optimal testosterone level can change your whole life, and it starts with knowing your T level. Take that first step and book your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation, and kickstart your treatment with a free supply of ED medication this month only. Call Revive Men's Health Sacramento at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566, or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sactown Sports.
There you go. We are on.
We are on.
Yeah. What's up, Emran?
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a bit of a drive from Roseville, but it's worth it.
You made it.
Always here for you guys.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that. I know you got the show coming up on Saturday. Dave, he's bouncing around. I think he's looking for Abraham Lincoln's hair.
He's looking for the locks of hair of Abraham
That
Lincoln.
is worth
I'm
something,
worried
isn't
about Dave having control of that because he's going to try to clone Abraham Lincoln.
Exactly.
He's the kind of guy that would do that.
Yeah. So I know you were a listener to our conversation, not only on collectibles, but cards. We were talking. Dave wanted to ask you, and I know he will when he gets back in here, about a guy like Mac Jones, who
Yes.
His career path has changed.
The trajectory has been stunted.
Yeah. So give us an example. What happened?
Okay, so the volatile market of sports cards and memorabilia, it's a fickle group. We were just talking off air about Zion Williamson as an example.
Yeah.
He's still a force on the
Still a
court,
stud.
but not many people are interested in his cards as much as they were a few years ago. Here's the fact of the matter.
And could that change back, by the way?
So what's Mac Jones going to do? Is an
Not
example.
him, but Zion.
Maybe he's
Yeah.
got to do something flashy, like do
Okay.
the All-Star game, festivities, the dunk contest, something like that. All right, Dave. 2021 score, Mac Jones rookie card. PSA 10 sold November of 2021 for $2,600.
Okay.
That same card, PSA 10, sold a couple of days ago.
Oh, God.
What do you believe? This was after the trade to the Jaguars. What do you believe that card went for? Remember, $2,600.
450.
Close. $21.
Oh my God.
That's a little bit of a drop.
So my question,
99% drop in value.
So at that point, from your perspective, let's say you were in that position.
Yeah.
Aren't you like, dude, I'm not selling. Like, there, if I don't
You waited too
sell,
long?
there's at least maybe even if there's a 1% chance that like Trevor Lawrence sucks, Mac Jones takes over, he's young, wins a couple Super Bowls. I know it's not going to happen, but maybe. But if I sell it now, I'm done. I'm out.
You're already done. That's when people come in and they go, "Hey, would you like to buy this, Emma?" And I said, "Sure, I'll buy it for." They offer me the price, and I go, "Yeah, whatever." They go, "Well, I can't do that. I paid too much for it." It's like, okay, that's not a problem. It's your prerogative. It's your card. But keep this in mind: whether I buy it or I don't buy it, the loss has already happened.
Yeah.
Right. So in that case, can we say, could it happen? Could it rebound?
Yeah.
Sure, Dave, it could rebound. But here's two things. Number one, that's pandemic pricing. Everybody was buying anything.
Sure.
And two, when you're looking at the value aspect of it, somebody like Mac Jones, could it happen? Could Lawrence go down? Could he lead to the playoffs and be somebody? Yeah. You know why we know that? Because Brock Purdy did it.
Right.
Remember? We had Trey Lance that was the incumbent. He was the guy that was going to do it. Next thing you know, he gets hurt. Brock has to step in for Garoppolo. Next thing you know, the story begins. So it can happen, but come on.
I'm not cutting $2,000. If I have $2,000 in stock and that stock is now down to $21, I'm like, I'm just letting it sit. I'm not
eating it.
I'm forgetting about it because I don't think I could. And I'm talking about those specific numbers.
Yep.
Now I understand like 10,000 to 1,000 or whatever. Like, okay, 1,000's 1,000, but $20, I'm like, dude, it's worth $20 for me to at least have a 0.0001 chance. Like, I just ego wise, I don't think I could do that.
Well, it's tough because when you invest in active players, that's the risk that you take. If you want mutual funds, that version of it, then bet on Brady, bet on somebody that's retired, that's a Hall of Famer. Those won't go up in crazy value. Now Brady may go up in value again, and the reason
we talked about this before, though. It'll not to get that way, but it's just a fact. It'll go up when they die.
It'll go up when they die in the autograph world.
Yeah.
But what I would tell you is that Brady is what next year he's going to be the lead color man for Fox.
For Fox.
It's going to go up if he's good. Look at Romo's prices. Romo was a solid guy, but as soon as he started really being Romo, calling plays before the plays happened and being that savant, he was the hot guy, and all of his cards went up from his playing days. So it's a real interesting thing that pop culture can really help somebody get going.
Let me ask, because that was my next question for you. You know, like when you're buying and selling stocks and stuff like that, you know, you're looking for indicators. You're looking for off-market indicators sometimes. If you know that like this AI, I'm not talking about insider trading either. I'm saying, you know, if you're into AI and you know that's a big hot thing right now, and you know that this guy's going to make a speech and you trust it, and you know maybe you invest before because you know it's going to take off. So, for example, and I know this is a unique example, but when the 10-part Jordan documentary was coming out on during COVID, and that just his,
we're all at home watching TV.
We're all at home watching TV. It was a perfect scenario. But were you or were people you know like saying this documentary is coming up?
Yep.
I know it's going to happen. I'm going hard on Jordan.
Yep. There's a weird phrase of words there, Dave, but I just wanted to make sure that we can edit this out.
He's fitting in nicely.
I would say that when you see a documentary coming out or something that's going to be there, like for example, F1, Formula One, when that Netflix documentary or that show started coming out, F1 cards went through the roof. When they did something in Vegas a couple of months ago, you know, they set up Vegas to be the F1 racing capital of the world at that moment. All the cards went up. So you could see events that are going to happen. You just can kind of predict that way. But there's more solid ideas on how to invest in cards. For example, Wemby it was him and Chet neck and neck.
Sure.
But it's very clear that Wemby's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Sure.
At this point, he's the one to go with. And that's a perfect opportunity. Before we leave today, Dave, I have a special announcement that I'm going to do from the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Yeah.
It's breaking news. I'm going to make sure I do that, and I have a promo code.
So let me know because we have a breaking news sounder. We'll throw that.
Okay,
in
cool.
Right.
So recently, as in the last 2 weeks, a card was pulled from a local card shop here. The card was a 2023 Prism Black 1/1 Victor Wembanyama card. Okay. That card was taken to PSA, got graded for a PSA 10, best it can get. Yeah. There's only one in the world. It's the hottest card in the market right now. Remember, Dave, it came from a box that was just under $1,000 for the box. Okay?
Wow.
Just under $1,000.
How many cards are in that box, by the way?
About 144. The guy opens the pack, pulls this card, etc. Came from that box, as in like a couple of weeks ago. What do you think that card is worth today? It's only 3 weeks old. What do you think it's worth?
$200,000.
$1 million.
You're selling it, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, with a quickness.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a life-changing card.
Look, I hate to say it, sorry, but that dude is tall and like a toothpick. He could snap his leg tomorrow. I want the $1 million. I hope it doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't happen either.
Just saying.
Just as a exercise, right? I think everybody's thinking sell. What if he has LeBron's, like he passes LeBron's scoring title?
Well,
what is that card worth then?
Let's look at past performance. LeBron passing Kareem saw a small uptick. It's a lot like real estate, which is my background. The house may be more of interest and you have more people interested, but it doesn't mean that the equity went up. Mm-hmm. So a LeBron card that maybe would have sat for a little while will actually sell because now he's past Kareem. And there's other unique things. And Dave, you brought this up too about tickets. Tickets, like for example, LeBron's first game was ever here in Sacramento, Arco Arena. I was there. I'm sure many of you were. And these tickets come into my shop and they go, hey, I have this ticket. We get it graded. It's worth something. Well, those tickets don't exist today. I've gone to 15 games this year and I've always used my phone. Right. So the nostalgia of tickets are coming into play, being a very, very big deal right now.
And isn't that ticket like 30-40 grand right now? I think I saw somewhere.
For a mint one that's probably signed, but like that ticket goes for anywhere between $2,000 and $12,000.
Oh, okay. I thought
because there's only what?
Okay. Yeah.
What was Arco's 17,000.
But
yeah.
So in the conversation we had before you came in here, and this is a long running thing with me, is like, if I was a billionaire and I could just collect whatever, I would. I guess a lot of this is also like personal preference. Like every once in a while, I'll see Darren Ravel or somebody tweet out some weird auction. And yesterday, somebody bought a check signed by the Wright brothers to the mechanic that worked on the first ever plane that took flight with the Wright brothers for $12. And
it was like for parts or something.
Yeah, it was for, yeah, exactly. And this mechanic that the check was made out to was on the flight. It was actually the only flight he ever took. He never flew again. So this check for $12 signed by the Wright brothers to the mechanic that was on the first ever flight with them. So all 3 passengers on the first flight sold for $1,200 on eBay. And for me, that's what I'm saying.
So cheap.
And then a couple years ago, the one that always blows me away, they had a lock of Abraham Lincoln's hair off his deathbed at Ford Theater, and it sold for like $70,000. And I'm like, dude, just value, not value. Preference for preference. And I said, it's like the godfather of all cards, the Mickey Mantle rookie. What was it? The 52 Bowman, I think.
52 tops.
52 tops. Sorry. Just from a straight up enjoyment, but oh my God, this is so cool point of view. For me, I'm taking Lincoln's hair. I understand it's not worth what Mantle's card is.
You were in the hallway when we were talking about with Jason, but we're very afraid of you having DNA of any kind of celebrity.
I will clone me some Abraham Lincoln, bro. But like, there's the unique things like we were having fun, like Ronnie Lott's finger that he cut off, Kurt Schilling's bloody sock, Lincoln's hair, like, but those are niche. Like you talk about the ticket stubs that are coming in. That's like a big thing now. But I imagine there's also this collector world of like niche stuff that has personal value to me and maybe you, but probably not him.
If you think about it, the options were in 2021, one Mac Jones PSA 10 card for $2,600, or 2 Wright brothers checks. I'd rather take the checks.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
And
because like Tom Brady, they're already in the Hall of Fame. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah. I believe in historical figure stuff.
Totally.
I love it. I think it's a great investment.
Yes.
Because especially presidential autographs,
totally
they're
agree with you.
huge deal.
Totally.
So whether it's canceled checks, whether it's, A, they're not signing anymore.
Right.
B, more people will know the Wright brothers than they will Mac Jones or any sports player.
Absolutely.
So you're talking about pieces of history in your hands.
What an athlete, by the way, went on to become president?
President, well, Jack Kemp ran.
Yeah, he ran. But what if, like, let's say The Rock becomes president in 8 years? What happens to
that's not far-fetched, dude.
No, right, totally. So what happens to like his WWE card?
Goes crazy.
Yeah,
they're already going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the most popular actor in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you could just tell. Recently, he signed as the chairman for TKO, which is the merger between UFC and WWE, and he's now on every show. Like he's physically on the SmackDown Live, and the ratings are through the roof when you have that. So when you take the most popular guy in the world and you put him in a position of the most powerful man in the world, I mean, it's going to be insane if he does that.
Chris, get the breaking news sounder ready, would you? Because everyone's got breaking news for us right now.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports Breaking News.
Breaking news.
All right, everybody.
Heard here first and exclusive
to Carmichael Dave with Jason Ross.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so as many of you have found out, we have opened a new location, a second location in the Roseville Galleria, True Sports Cards location. It's the former American Visions Gallery. We're downstairs at the Galleria. We're across from Gucci. We're next to Louis Vuitton. We're next door to Tiffany & Company.
Wow.
Yeah, it's expensive.
How lucky for them to be next to you.
Exactly.
And that's what I tell people.
Yeah,
They're
build
very
their
lucky.
brand.
So on March 30th, we have a signing there at 3 p.m. We have Kevin Herter of the Sacramento Kings signing autographs there in person.
Red Velvet.
Tickets are available. You just go to our website at truesportscards.com and look up Kevin Herter.
Yep.
The ticket will be there. When you go to the ticket, there'll be ability to purchase a ticket. There's only going to have 200 of them available. And if you enter the promo code into the website after you put in the cart, Carmichael Dave, one word.
Wow.
You're going to get half off. We're going to take half of the price off. So for about $20, you can get your.
You're kidding.
Nope. And in a world of autograph signings where people are charging exorbitant prices, come and meet Kevin Herter, $20 ticket with the Carmichael Dave promo code.
And I assume he's going to sign more. He signed up to sign at least 30 cards. Okay, I figured, because here's the thing. So when you see him, just tell him congratulations, because we always mess with him that he's afraid of 30. And,
is he?
And I yeah, he's very afraid. Yeah. He's always at like 29 points. And then,
afraid of 30.
By the way, when I say always, I mean no. That's but yeah, that's always a running joke.
I thought there was a couple things there. I was thinking in my head, like, is it because he had to guard Curry and Curry's number 30?
Yes, no. Oh, that's like a miss. Yeah.
Got it.
That's like the old bit. I forget the comedian, but his daughter was listening to the radio with him, and she heard 9/11 deniers. And she thought literally it was 9 people that did not think 11 should exist. There's 11 makes no sense. Yeah. It should be 1 teen, and did a whole bit on that. That's kind of what happened.
So what we'll do is we'll put the autograph items in stacks of 30 for him to sign. Or 29.
Well,
just
30, because he's not. We don't want him to be afraid of 30 anymore.
As Velvet, we love you. We can't wait to see you March 30th at the Roosevelt Galleria at 3 p.m. Go to truesportscards.com. Look up Kevin Herter in the search bar. Boom. Put that in your cart. Add in the promo code Carmichael Dave. And we cut it in half.
Dude, that is awesome. Right next to Tiffany's.
Eat
that, Tiffany's. You're not getting red velvet.
No,
it's not happening. When can we hear you this weekend?
We are on every Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, for those of you listening on podcasts all throughout the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, we like to. I'd like some calls. I don't know if radio does calls anymore.
You got to fish for them. You got to throw the numbers out. Whenever you come back from break, say, "Hey, welcome back." 1-800-912-1140. You'll get calls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've expanded. I joke maybe that we had up to 8 listeners. Mm-hmm. I think I've exceeded. I think we're at like 12 listeners right now.
Growing. So, that's a huge percentage increase.
And I went to public school in Stockton. So if that's correct, it's a 33% growth.
I think, that's 209 math. Summer Pilati. We'll take a break. When we come back, crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies, and we'll put the info out on that as well with the super awesome best code word you've ever heard. We'll do all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes, and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia even if you've already vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines. Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. All right. Well, Christopher Lodge just said we have to go quick. So I'll dispense with the. Dude, am I having a stroke?
Too quick. Okay?
Wow, am I okay? Yeah. Well, I get some of that. Remember that? Yeah, old school. There's nothing going on today. It's like literally today is National Baked Scallops Day. Yeah, exactly. I'm allergic to, by the way. Alan, how you doing?
Pan fried.
Yeah. You good today? Recovered a little bit?
I'm fine.
Okay, good.
I did get an email.
Yeah.
Stockton Kings. They got one coming.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
Let's
do this.
Sometimes you got to go to the G League. You know what I mean? Get your work in.
It's like the Kings are better on the road.
That's right. That's right.
We were talking about that. You know, Malik said that the boos piss him off and it gets him going. Could we, as fans, is maybe the reason why they're better on the road than at home? We need to boo them more. Yeah,
strong. Did he say gets him going?
Yeah, I said I believe the quote was he feeds off of it.
Yeah,
well, then
he cleaned it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
maybe the baby needs to be booed. Boo the baby. Yes. It's a new segment.
I will not be booing my baby.
No,
but everyone else.
Yeah.
What about the strategy for being gone for a few days and then showing up right as the race begins? So.
What was her favorite treat?
That's right.
She's a
dog.
Favorite treat.
We did forget the cracker. That's right.
Celebrity birthdays are brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than maybe bring a Crumble Cookie. Make it like a healthy one. Mm-hmm. Jason Ross.
Happy birthday to Matt.
That's Jersey. Ooh.
Ryan Turner. Holiday.
Matt Millen.
Oh,
Millen,
Matt.
former trainer, Niner, broadcaster.
It's gotta be. I'm gonna say 64. Nice. Will you still need me? Will you still feed
66.
Me?
Yeah, 65.
He is 68.
We have a correct answer, and it belongs to Alan Stiles,
Wow.
66. He knows his Matt Millen. Yeah. Happy birthday, Daryl.
Strawberry.
Correct.
Wait, Strawberry?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, didn't he just have a heart attack? He did.
So he can't have a birthday now?
That is correct.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Apparently, I
saw it
remember seeing that headline. By the way, I think
he's doing good.
Daryl is
Strawberry.
64. I'll stick with that.
67.
63. 62.
We have a correct answer, and it belongs to Christopher Laud, 62.
Oh. You were.
Happy birthday to Jeremy.
Chalky.
Lamb.
Spoken. Class
Lynn.
Jeremy
Grant.
Grant.
Chris's favorite player.
Jeremy Grant. Jeremiah. He's actually 28 today.
That's exactly what I was going to say, but I don't double. 29.
Lots
You're in
of
trouble.
He's either 20. I'll say 30.
No, come
No,
on.
heaven
That's
forbid.
27.
All right, we have a correct answer between 30, 29, 28, 27. It is 30.
Wow, that's embarrassing that we didn't guess that.
Happy birthday, Isaiah
Thomas.
Pacheco.
Isaiah Crosby.
Happy birthday, JR.
Thomas.
J.R. Ryder?
Isaiah J.R. Ryder.
Wow.
Yeah.
You fooled us there.
How does that work?
I will still say to this day, the greatest play maybe I've ever seen in my life, Sacramento Kings, Minnesota Timberwolves,
Yep.
J.R. Ryder falling out of bounds, flips it up. Right. Oh, my God. J.R. is, or it's pronounced Junior, actually, he is 40, he's 50.
47.
52.
48.
No correct answer, but Chris Watkins is the closest, 53.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. Remember Harold Miner?
No.
I remember his brother.
Remember Pooh Jetter?
Yeah, Pooh Jetter.
When's his birthday?
It's a tough name. Today? What's coming up on the show today?
A lot of stuff. We're going to obviously talk a lot of NFL free agency. So much stuff happening.
Chris got his guy. He got his guy.
Yesterday, they cursed me by putting Sam Darnold on the Vikings, joking around, and it actually happened.
Yeah.
Trey Lance is next. Trey Lance is next. And we're going to go a little bit deeper on the Kings talk. We've done a lot of what's wrong with Kevin Huerter, what's wrong with Harrison Barnes. We're going to go a little bit deeper here with where the Kings could improve tonight and get the W.
Anything to the idea that maybe we're too easy on them? We need to move them?
That's okay.
Yeah. True or
no
false?
cowbells until they win again.
We said that we posed this question earlier. I know we got to go. If the Kings, the same Kings team, same schedule, was in Philly, Boston, or New York, true or false? They'd have at least 5 more wins.
So you're saying
I'm saying tougher markets,
more booze,
more angry media.
Are they built like that though?
They get motive. Nobody wants to see an angry De'Aaron Fox. All right, gotta go. For everybody, I'm me. Bye. Let the beat count.
The Kings had their hearts ripped out in Milwaukee, and now they go for revenge.
Forces the shot. It's no good. Rebound. Track down. Nate Punk has it. Races up the floor. Is he going to drive it? He pulls up at the elbow. Circles back out. Steps into a 3. He scores the triple. Game tied at 129.
It's the Kings and Bucks tonight at Golden One Center. Tip off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
At LL Flooring, we've been a trusted partner to pros for over 30 years. With over 400 nationwide